It is now 5:30 and we kick off. So, here's Virgil van Dijk as Liverpool push forward straight away. Long ball forward towards Cody Gakpo, who'll try and rise on the edge of the penalty area. Ricochets away out over on the far side, and that's going to be a throw into Bournemouth. And just, we were talking about that injury in the warm-up to Alex Jimenez. He's okay, he's out there anyway for Bournemouth at number 20. High up and under is not a particularly good clearance from Bournemouth, gives Liverpool a throw, which Frimpong will take. And picked up by Szoboszlai, now back to Joe Gomez. It's going to go, well, I think Virgil van Dijk was saying back to the goalkeeper, and it will now go all the way back to Alisson. But that rain still cascading down from right to left, and hopefully it's not going to have an adverse effect on the game, James.
No, we hope not, because it's two teams that like to play, isn't it? I think it's Arne Slot talking in midweek about how he feels that Liverpool are at their best when opponents come at them, and it's a proper kind of tactical battle, which, you know, he certainly won that one against De Zerbi in midweek. He'll hope to do a job on Iriola here tonight.
Szoboszlai now to Van Dijk, and he'll go square now to Joe Gomez, who plays a high long ball forward towards Mo Salah down the right hand side, and I think he'll get there, will he, down by the byline, gets the ball across, but just always in a bit of too much of a hurry there, and it goes out over the bar for a goal kick for Bournemouth. But certainly, I mean, we've only been playing a minute and a half. It looks as though Liverpool have come here with a bit of intent so far.
Yes, yeah, it does, and it's something that's been lacking too often in the first half of games this season. You think how many times Liverpool have fired blanks and have left themselves work to do in games. So this is one of those ones where you really want to see them stamping their authority on it early on.
Yeah, I was making the point in the Burnley game actually, and it's still the same, that Liverpool have only scored 3 goals in the opening 30 minutes of a Premier League game this season.
Crazy, yeah.
Which is remarkable, really, because if you're not scoring early in games, it's always a struggle, isn't it? And there haven't been enough comfortable matches for Liverpool this season. No,
exactly, because I mean, again, it all ties in with what Slot said about struggling against low blocks, and of course when you don't score early, you know, teams grow in confidence, don't they? And you then have to start taking more risks, and then teams, you know, feel as if they can then pick you off on the counter.
Petrovic with a low ball forward for Bournemouth from the goalkeeper, but here's McAllister now, centre circle. Florian Wirtz, well, he just turned his man there and he went back the other way, but gets it back. Here's McAllister, little ball forward to Szoboszlai. Wirtz now to McAllister, and here's the former Bournemouth man Kerkez. They'll go back inside the Liverpool half as the Liverpool attack from right to left as we look in the first half. Here's Gravenberch, Salah, but Bournemouth get it back. First chance really for them to get forward. Ball is played infield now towards Krupi, and now back towards the halfway line, and in fact Liverpool have now got everyone back in position, but Junior Krupi will pick it up once more for Bournemouth. Ball played down the line is not a good one, and it's cleared by Joe Gomez up towards Salah, and then Gravenberch with a challenge. No foul, says the referee. There's a bit of space here for Liverpool, and Wirtz will find Kerkez, who'll come forward now inside the Bournemouth half. Here's Szoboszlai. 1 or 2 muted boos there for the former Bournemouth man as the ball is played in towards Gakpo. Here's Gakpo again. It was Salah actually who made the advancing run, but here's Frimpong now, right hand side up towards the penalty area. Gravenberch, Frimpong out towards Cody Gakpo, trying to tease the Bournemouth defence. Have got everyone back now. Szoboszlai, a bit hurried that, but Van Dijk was caught there. Play goes on, and then so too was Kerkez by Jimenez, and well, there were 2 juicy challenges going in there, and now there's a bit of push and shove. Kerkez and Adam Smith, was it? Referee has given Liverpool a free kick.
Yeah, he gave it for the first one, didn't he, with Ivan Ilson was a couple of seconds late on Van Dijk.
Liverpool have taken the free kick. It's 0-0. But certainly Liverpool have dominated the possession, but neither side really able to eke out an opening opportunity. 4.5 minutes gone. It's 0-0. McAllister to Gomez, and Salah trying to turn over on the far side. It was a great first touch, and he's found himself a bit of room. Ball played in towards Gakpo. It's going to be cleared eventually by Lewis Cook, and Bournemouth will get it away, but Salah's touch there. More on that in a moment, because Bournemouth now with a chance to get forward. Good challenge by McAllister, and here's Florian Wirtz forward towards Salah. Didn't quite come off, and Adam Smith is there. Great touch by Salah over on that far side.
Yeah, lovely turn. He does enjoy playing it, doesn't he? I remember seeing him score a hat-trick here a few years ago. I think it was 12 goals in 13 career appearances against Bournemouth.
Yeah, and both goals here last season, and he scored at Anfield on the opening day as well, so he loves Bournemouth. Ball is forward now inside the Liverpool half. That's a good play by Frimpong, and McAllister will pick up the pieces and plays it back to Alisson. And here's Frimpong again over on the right-hand side. Earlier on today in the Premier League, if you've been out all day just joining us, West Ham beating Sunderland by 3-1, Burnley 2, Tottenham 2, Fulham beating Brighton by 2-1. Harry Wilson with a late winner there for Fulham, and Manchester City 2, Wolves 0. As Liverpool now with Szoboszlai out towards the right-hand side. Salah trying to get forward now. Defender just did enough there, but Liverpool have it again. Salah, Florian Wirtz inside the penalty area. Salah curls one. It's too high and wide, and it's a goal kick. But it's all Liverpool, but still 0-0.
Yeah, promising signs. Wirtz has really grown in stature, hasn't he, the past kind of 6 or 7 weeks. And that's the creative spark he can give you. Very aware of players around him. Lay off into Salah's path, and it was a difficult chance on the far edge of the penalty box. But I think Salah will be kicking himself, because he will expect to have worked the keeper at least from that kind of position.
It's a goal kick for Bournemouth, which they've taken now, and the ball is on the edge of the penalty area. High ball forward, which Kerkez will try and deal with. Heads the ball out of play. I think it came off Jimenez, actually. It's a throw-in for Liverpool, which Kerkez will take. Arne Slot's just a couple of yards away from him. Iriola to Arne Slot's left on the edge of his technical areas. The rain still pouring down here on the south coast. It's 0-0 between Bournemouth and Liverpool at the Vitality Stadium. Liverpool in their all-light strip tonight. Ball is back with Alisson, who's in all green, and he'll find Joe Gomez. Gravenberch. Cook just slipped, which allowed Gravenberch to find Frimpong over on the right-hand side. Liverpool have got players forward here, but it was all a bit tight in the end. Senesi was in the way and can bring it forward now and pokes it forward towards Evan Nielsen. Evan Nielsen with support out wide over on the left-hand side. It's infield to Evan Nielsen once more. 4 goals this season for Bournemouth. Chance now for Truffert to get across him, but he goes back towards the halfway line. And now Senesi has it once more, the Argentinian, looking to play it long to Jimenez. Right hand side, got in behind Kerkez there, no offside. Jimenez inside the penalty area, cuts it across. Liverpool get it away, not very far. Scott, now it goes back in towards Jimenez. Now Scott once more. He's got support from Hill behind him, and he is going to go back to James Hill. It's not a good ball towards Senesi, and well, he only just got there in front of Mo Salah, but it forced the error, and it's out for a Liverpool throw. And I suppose that's an indication of a team who are coming at Liverpool and then get caught possibly at the back, which might suit Liverpool tonight.
Yeah, I think it's also a sign of the pitch potentially being an issue as well. There's a fair bit of surface water when Bournemouth were trying to keep it then, and ended up playing the centre half into all kinds of trouble.
Ball back with Alisson in the Liverpool goal away to our right. Gravenberch, it's a hurry there, but he's found McAllister, and he'll curl one forward looking for Salah. It was a good ball. Salah now down the right hand side, if he can keep the ball in play. And well, I thought initially he might, but we mentioned that it is zipping along on this wet pitch, and it just took it away from Salah. Yeah,
again, the pitch felt a bit sorry for McAllister then, because when he hit it, you thought that's a beautiful pass, absolutely perfect into Salah's path, and it just kept on skipping away from him, and even someone with Salah's burst of acceleration couldn't keep it in.
Bournemouth have just won one of their last 13 Premier League games, and when you look at the table you think, well, where are Bournemouth? And then you have to go down a bit, because it's surprising how far they've dropped. Long ball forward now in towards the Liverpool half. Of course, without Semenyo now, who's made a flying start to his career at Man City, scored again today. And that's the problem with players who come to a club like Bournemouth and do really well. It's hard to keep hold of them, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, this famous last words, isn't it? But this should be a good time to be coming to Bournemouth.
Here's Szoboszlai. Ball played forward towards Salah again. This time he's in. Salah will play it across. And maybe, I don't know, maybe could he have gone a bit further himself there? Unselfishly played it across the box. Good challenge by McAllister. It's out for a throw-in for Bournemouth, but I was expecting Salah to go on a bit more directly there.
Yeah, I think decision-making has let him down there, isn't it? Because it's a lovely ball into his path, and you just want to see him drive on and go. I don't think he looks up, because also Gakpo hadn't come near post. He'd actually pulled away to the far post.
Ball is with Evan Nielsen. The ball has come back off Gakpo, and that's going to be a throw-in for Bournemouth down below us, which Adam Smith will take. Ball comes straight out of play off Krupi for a throw for Liverpool, retrieved by Arne Slot, and it is Kerkez. We're just underneath the stand here, but anyone down on pitch level is probably going to be soaked, including Arne Slot and Iriola as well. Here's Szoboszlai. Hits it firmly back to the Liverpool goalkeeper, and now Joe Gomez. Ball is off Krupi and will go out for a Liverpool throw over on the right-hand side. We've been playing just over 11 minutes at the Vitality Stadium on Total Sport Saturday. It's still 0-0. And although Liverpool have dominated possession and almost had a couple of chances to get forward down the right-hand side mainly, neither keeper really has been tested so far. Certainly not Alisson anyway. Here's Szoboszlai with a little dink ball now to his captain, Virgil van Dijk. Will be with Everton on Monday night against Leeds United. Here's Kerkez. Well, they're having a go at Kerkez. I've seen a couple of them. A few verbals going on.
It's definitely a deliberate ploy from Bournemouth to try and wind him up. Whether it's from having played with him here for a couple of years, they know he can have a bit of a short fuse. But yeah, that was cynical from Jimenez there. Shoved him 2 hands in the back.
He was booked against Burnley, I think, wasn't he, Kerkez? And he had to sort of walk the tightrope for the rest of that game. But maybe Bournemouth have.
I think it's something that Kerkez has improved a lot over the course of the season. I think in the early months maybe he was so desperate to impress, he was a bit rash at times and picked up silly bookings, but he seems to have kind of controlled that aggression much better in recent weeks, and you just hope he can keep his emotions in check against his old club.
James Pearce of The Athletic joining us on commentary here at the Vitality Stadium. Wirtz in towards Salah. It's a teasing ball. It's out for a corner, but I just sense that Liverpool are able to get in behind Bournemouth tonight. It's only a matter of time.
Wirtz is having a lovely time out there, isn't he? Again, there's very rarely is he afforded this kind of space in the Premier League, and again, lovely little dink through. Salah just possibly on his heels a little bit. You think if he just anticipated a bit more, he would have been in.
Corner then for Liverpool. Salah to take over on that right-hand side. Gakpo on the edge of the 6-yard box. Frimpong the only player who's stayed back. So all those light shirts are forward. In it goes towards the far post. It's headed across. Who's there? Well, no one. It's cleared by Jimenez. And Krupi gets it high up into the air. Gravenberch. Evan Nielsen, but only as far as, Gravenberch will get it back from Kerkez. And now, over on the far side, in towards Gakpo, back to goal. Here's Salah. Salah back in towards Florian Wirtz. The angle's tight, and he cut it back towards Szoboszlai, and it was just snuffed out the danger there by Bournemouth. Good move.
Just wondered whether Wirtz could have hit it and gone for goal first time.
Ball forward now for Van Dijk to clear. That'll go out for a Bournemouth throw right down below us as we look from this main stand here. Just 11,500 really, or just around that capacity here at the Vitality. There is plans for some extensions here to redevelop this stadium. There's quite a bit of ground and space around it. It's in a lovely park actually, Kings Park. So the scope is there. As Hill just wiping the moisture off the ball in his shirt as he waits to take this long throw in towards the penalty area. You could see it moving on the breeze there. It'll come out towards Jimenez, who heads it back in again. Van Dijk with the clearance, but it's going to be picked up by Smith for Bournemouth. Here's Hill. That was a bit of a heavy touch. He's got the free kick, but really he invited that challenge with a poor touch, but he's got the free kick. Gakpo it was, I think, was it?
Yeah, it's a soft one. It's a shoulder to shoulder between Wirtz and the Bournemouth player. He throws himself down theatrically and wins the free kick.
Well, this is a dangerous position crossing wise. Adley's going to take it for Bournemouth, and they'll push some of the big men forward now. So Liverpool have got everyone back. It's just a few yards in from this right-hand touchline. Referee blows the whistle. Free kick for Bournemouth. It's 0-0 at the Vitality Stadium. Adley, in it goes low, and it's going to be cleared away over on the far side by Dominic Szoboszlai, looking to release Salah. And Salah might be in if the ball will run for him, but Smith got back there for Bournemouth. Otherwise Liverpool would have been in. Here's Jimenez. That's not a good ball. Picked up by Frimpong. Liverpool looking dominant here. They just need that first goal. Frimpong, right hand side for Liverpool. Is he going to take on Truffert there in towards the edge of the penalty area, and then lost out in the end, and Cook took it off him, and Scott, and then Truffert out towards the far side. Bournemouth still have it inside their own half. Krupi now has a bit of space to turn and find Scott, and they've worked it nicely now, Bournemouth, into a bit of space for Smith to come forward into. The Bournemouth captain just checks and waits, and Liverpool have now got bodies back. Hill, Senesi, rather Cook. Now Senesi out wide towards that left hand side. Chance for Truffert to play one forward. Adley's over there, gets the ball in. It took a ricochet off Szoboszlai, who I think's hobbling now after that, but I think he's going to be okay. And Bournemouth have a corner. So Liverpool now again will get everyone back. 17 minutes gone almost at the Vitality Stadium. It's still 0-0 in awful conditions here on the south coast. That wind still very blustery, and the rain teeming down on it as Liverpool defend this corner. This will be an in-swinger from the left-hand side. Front to the Liverpool fans over there as the ball comes in with a bit of curl. It's gone right across everyone. Senesi almost got on the end of that one. Here's Krupi. Down by the corner flag. Adley. Infield to Smith. He'll curl one in. That's got more height. Clearance wasn't the best. Liverpool haven't got a clear. Over the bar it goes from James Hill. And that's probably Bournemouth's first half chance of the game so far, 0-0.
Yeah, it was never going to trouble Alisson, was it? Bounced up, awkward height for Hill to hit it and away over the bar. But again, you see the impact of the conditions here tonight on that ball when it was delivered in from the corner. You know, no one on either team able to get anywhere near it because of how much it flew in that wind.
It's a goal kick which Van Dijk is taking. Clips it long forward towards Salah. But he was tightly marked there by Adrien Truffert, who gets it back now over on the right, the left-hand side, I should say, for Bournemouth. Just checks and goes back to the goalkeeper, Petrovic. He's on the edge of his own penalty area. Short to Senesi. Truffert. Krupi. Got McAllister there with him. He's managed to turn infield away from him and then plays a low ball forward, which is cut out by Gravenberch. Now Frimpong. And in turn back to Gomez. And Liverpool have got it back inside their own penalty area. Gomez plays a low ball forward. It was a good one to Florian Wirtz. Now can he turn and get Liverpool moving? He's got Salah down that far right-hand channel. Salah now picks it up. Truffert in front of him. Here's Wirtz trying to feed it back in. It might go out for a corner. It is for Liverpool. But Wirtz and Salah just trying to combine and almost did.
Yeah, promising signs again for Liverpool on that right hand side. Wirtz and Salah combining. Nice movement between the two of them.
So it's a corner. Salah again has gone across to take. Van Dijk and Gomez now make their way towards the penalty spot. Kerkez joins the throng inside the 6-yard box as Salah now waits. Floats it in again. It's very long, and it was, well,
It's another corner.
Is it a corner? No, it's a goal kick. Those two corners from Salah have both gone very long.
He's changed his mind.
He has changed his mind. It's another corner. It is a corner. This time, Szoboszlai's going to take it.
Bizarre. Michael Salisbury, the referee, he's looked for advice at the assistant, who's probably 40 yards further away from it than Salisbury is himself.
Well, we won't argue. It's a corner if the ball will stay still. It is, as I say, very blustery here as Szoboszlai on the Liverpool left, arm raised, is going to take this one. Now he clips it in towards the goal mouth, and it's dropped initially by Petrovic. These conditions probably don't help goalkeepers, but you'd expect them to catch that one straight away. Got away with it. Ball forward now, still 0-0, and for all Liverpool's domination in terms of possession, they still haven't really created what you would say is a clear-cut opportunity.
No, neither goalkeeper has had a serious save to make.
Florian Wirtz. Now it's with Szoboszlai. Just turns and finds Gakpo, and he'll turn. He's quite deep as he picks it up. Back to the centre circle and Alexis McAllister. Now back to Virgil van Dijk, and he'll just calmly roll it along the halfway line and picked up by Joe Gomez. Now it's inside the Bournemouth half, and Gakpo looking for the run of Frimpong. It was a good ball and a good run. Frimpong gets the cross in towards the far side. It's going to find Kerkez, heads it across, but Bournemouth get it away. Evan Nielsen, that's a bit heavy. It'll go out for a Liverpool throw, which Kerkez will scamper across to take. That looked like, well, it did look a little bit like a foul throw, and that's why the Bournemouth fans not happy. Here's Gravenberch, turns centrally towards the edge of the penalty area. Just couldn't poke it forward towards Florian Wirtz. Bournemouth get it away.
Giving it away again.
But again, Liverpool win it back. They just can't hold on to it, Bournemouth, for very long. Here's McAllister, but it remains goalless with 21 minutes gone. Here's Szoboszlai to Wirtz. Now he's trying to find Salah. It didn't quite come off, and Bournemouth get it clear with Scott, and cleared away up towards Evan Nielsen, who's a willing chaser, but he's on his own, and he's going to have to wait for support. Has it behind him now on the edge of the penalty area as Bournemouth come forward, but it was well cut out by Gravenberch. Now is this where Liverpool can break? Forward towards Gakpo, who'll get it now from Florian Wirtz, just waiting for Salah to make his run. Gakpo, he's got Salah on his outside. Is he going to go himself in towards Florian Wirtz? But it wasn't, just not quite the right ball. They got a corner out of it.
He was caught in two minds, Gakpo, wasn't he? He didn't know whether to release Salah to his right or Wirtz through the middle. And in the end, it's a bit of a nothing pass. There was no chance of Wirtz being able to get the shot away from there.
I think he had a third option, was to go himself, but that probably got in his head as well.
Yeah.
So Salah with another corner now, and the last two have been very long towards the far post. Whether that's deliberate or not, let's see what happens with this one. Again, it's on the Liverpool right as we've reached the halfway point in the first half on Total Sport Merseyside. 0-0. Salah, again it goes long towards Van Dijk and Gomez. It's cleared. Ball comes back towards Frimpong. Now out towards Salah again, and trying to work the 1-2. That one was never going to work, and it's cleared away high into the... Well, it's just held up on the breeze, which caused Frimpong a problem there. And it's a throw for Bournemouth, but you can see the way the ball held up there.
Yeah, it's definitely having a huge impact on the game. Liverpool have got themselves in so many good positions so far, yet either the ball is just, if it's in the air, it just, it's so difficult to find where you're aiming for when it's being blown around like this.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to have the wind at your back, but if it's too strong, it can be too detrimental. And sometimes playing into the wind can be better on a night like this. So that's what Bournemouth are doing at the moment. They've got possession. Krupi now will turn away from McAllister back towards Lewis Cook, and now Hill will look up and play a high ball forward, but well read by Alisson, and he'll claim that one on the edge of his penalty area. Wait for it to clear. Got Gomez, but he's going to... that's a good throw out to Frimpong, and Adley had to get across there to close him down. Ball is now with Gomez, high over the top looking for Gakpo, but too far for him, and they might just keep this in play, will they? Yeah, Smith down by the Bournemouth corner flag. Now across towards Senesi. and Truffert. Ball is just inside the Bournemouth half. Frimpong does well to challenge there. It was a bit short. Now Liverpool could be in a bit of bother here as Adley comes forward now for Bournemouth. Gets the ball right across. Well, I think it was a cross, was it? It was almost a shot come cross. It's out for a goal kick.
Yeah, a bit sloppy from Frimpong there. He did well initially to win the challenge and then sold Gomez about 10 yards short with the pass.
Defeat for Tranmere Rovers. They led twice against Cambridge today, but going down by 4-2. Marine 2, South Shields 2. Late equaliser for South Shields in that one. Chester going down 3-0 at Peterborough Sports. And Southport beating Merthyr by 1-0. But no goals here at the Vitality Stadium on Total Sports Saturday. BBC Radio Merseyside. Ball is with Smith. Jimenez, who's shaken off Kirkes. He had a problem in the warm-up. Seems to have shaken that off okay. Ball played back towards Smith. And now back to Hill. And he's got Senesi on the edge of the centre circle. Plays it high in towards Scott. It was a teasing ball. Came back off Scott, who got it back. Chance, it's there, Evan Nielsen. Oh, Bournemouth are in front. And Liverpool couldn't clear as the ball came in. It seemed to go wide, but they kept it in play. Scott got it across. And Evan Nielsen has poked it into the back of the net. And against the run of play, Bournemouth lead here at the Vitality by 1-0.
Oh, it's a nightmare for Liverpool, that. It just seemed like such a simple ball forward. I think it was Van Dijk who wasn't able to deal with it. Again, it looked like the wind played a part because he seemed to completely misjudged it. Joe Gomez has stayed down. He's hurt. Looks like he needs treatment. But yeah, it looked like quite a harmless ball into the box, and then it seemed to hold up. Van Dijk didn't deal with it. And even Nielsen gets there before Gomez hammers it past Alisson.
Gomez did pick up an injury there. He's back on his feet. That goal, by the way, is the 100th goal that Liverpool have conceded under Arne Slot. This is the 90th game, and it's a real disappointment. Liverpool had looked as though they'd really settled into the game, looked as though they had a bit of intent about them without creating anything, to be honest, and now they find themselves 1-0 down.
Yeah, I think Van Dijk seemed to be appealing initially whether the ball had gone out for a goal kick, but it clearly hadn't. Scott got there well before the ball crossed the line. Liverpool just completely misjudged the situation, and Van Dijk throwing the ball back towards the centre circle in frustration, and understandably so, because he should have dealt with that. Yes, the conditions are absolutely treacherous, but yeah, you can't let a simple ball like that over the top completely cut you open in that fashion.
Joe Gomez is going to have to, I'm just looking at him now, he's really hobbling quite heavily. He's been told to get off the pitch, so the physio will wait for him to make his way off. Liverpool waiting to restart, which they can't do, but Gomez still on the pitch, so we're still waiting to restart, and Liverpool have a job on now. I suppose it's still early days, coming up to 28 minutes, and now we're about to restart with Gomez off the field. Ball is back with Alisson. High ball forward towards Cody Gakpo. Here's McAllister to Szoboszlai. Kirkes now for Liverpool. But that ball forward by Szoboszlai, can't find Kirkes. Little dummy there, and there's a foul. Was it by McAllister? He was completely done by the little dummy there by Krupi. And I guess it's an indication of the kind of thing Arne Slot talks a lot about teams who are being dominated by Liverpool get their first chance and score from it. Yeah,
infuriating. It's happened so many times this season where Liverpool have had all the possession, so much territory, haven't made it count, and then a simple attack. It's not even a bit of genius to unlock Liverpool. It's a simple ball into the box, not dealt with, and Bournemouth just reacted quicker to the loose ball.
1-0 for Bournemouth. Senesi will look to play another curling ball in towards Evan Nielsen, headed high up in the air. Liverpool are still down to 10 men for the moment.
Looks like Gomez is going to have to come on.
Yeah, he doesn't look as though
Endo's coming on.
He can barely walk, never mind carry on. So Endo's coming on shortly. Here's McAllister. Finds Gakpo. Now Virgil van Dijk. I know it's half an hour gone. Ekitike on the bench. They're going to probably need somebody like him if it carries on like this for much longer, just to find a spark from somewhere. So Endo will be coming on when there's a break in play. The ball at the moment is back with Allison, who finds Ryan Gravenberch, and he'll just wait and feed it in now to McAllister. Wirtz, Zoboszlai, can he just poke it out to Salah? Maybe he can. Salah now for Liverpool over on the Liverpool right hand side, in towards the penalty area. Salah, that's a nice little turn, but just ran into Senesi, and he will clear over on the far side, but not very well. Frimpong wins it back, and here's McAllister. McAllister will again just stop and wait. Gravenberch now back to McAllister. Ball is now with Gravenberch again, but there's no way forward for Liverpool just for now. Halfway line, McAllister to Ryan Gravenberch. Ball back to McAllister. It's still inside the Liverpool half. Now McAllister comes forward with a bit more purpose, and then gave it away, but might get it back. Finds Zoboszlai. Little back heel will find McAllister. Here's Kirkes now. Gakpo's over on the left-hand side now. Cuts in as he likes to do. Is it worth a shot? It might have been. Comes back to Kirkes, right across. And, it goes back to Petrovic in the Bournemouth goal. But, there were a couple of chances there. One for Gakpo and then for Kirkes, actually.
Yeah.
Could he have put his foot through that,
I think so again, yeah. Similar to the chance he had early on in the game against Burnley last week, where you think he just had to go for goal. And again, then there was a lot of the net to aim at. Yeah, he's decided to go for the cross. It's deflected straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. I think Liverpool need the ball to go out so they can make the substitution, because they've been playing with 10 men for 2 or 3 minutes now.
And they continue to do so. Krupi will curl one into a bit of space on this near side for Adam Smith. Forward towards Evan Nielsen, the goal scorer. Jimenez in support behind him. Bournemouth right hand side. Infield it goes now to Alex Scott. Cook will just wait and go back to Senesi again, and now back to the centre circle, and he'll work it now to Smith. Just almost lost it, but has it back now from Jimenez, who's got Gakpo in front of him. Good challenge from Gakpo, but the loose ball will find only Smith. Ball back to Scott. Now Cook. Liverpool have forced Bournemouth back inside their own half, but Liverpool can't get hold of the ball, and still Endo's waiting to come on. Ball back to Lewis Cook, and now to James Hill. 32.5 minutes gone at the Vitality. 1-0 Bournemouth. Ball forward in towards Jimenez with a chance to make it 2-0, and he has. Oh, it's going from bad to worse for Liverpool. Alex Jimenez with the goal. And it was, again, too easy. The ball inside the defender, inside the penalty area. Jimenez low past Allison in the Liverpool goal. And Liverpool caught on their left-hand side for the second time, and it's 2-0.
Oh, it's an absolute shambles defensively. How on earth have they found themselves 2-0 down in a game that they absolutely dominated for the first 20 odd minutes? It's another simple ball in behind. Kirkes just seems to completely nod off. The back line's all over the shop. Van Dijk ends up playing him on, and he tucks it past Allison far too easily.
2-0. 12 minutes to go to half time. Endo is now on, or he will be in a second. They can make the change now.
VAR check for possible offside. I mean, it looked on the first replay we saw.
Well, he put it away through the legs of Allison. Did Jimenez, who was the player that we thought might have an injury in the warm-up, but VAR are checking this for possible offside, but it's been given. It's 2-0. Gomez is off, Endo is on, and Liverpool in big trouble. So we await the restart. It's a horrible night on the south coast. It's been a horrible few minutes for Liverpool. Van Dijk, Zoboszlai. Here's Kirkes. Kirkes now to Zoboszlai. Will go back inside the Liverpool half, picked up by Virgil van Dijk. And I wonder whether Arne Slot, even at this early stage, might have to think, certainly at half-time, if it's like this, to think about changes. Here's to get Ekitike on, maybe. Ball forward now towards Mo Salah. Salah will pick it up on the far side of the penalty area. Salah, well, just waited and Adley took it off him. Ball forward towards Truffert. Challenge comes in and it's out of play. And a rueful look to the ground from Arne Slot. And I wonder what's going through his mind at the moment. Liverpool's 13-match unbeaten run is hanging by a thread at the moment.
I think he'd be shell-shocked, to be perfectly honest. Having watched the first 25 minutes of this game, he'd have thought, OK, the final ball's been missing, but there's a lot to like.
Here come Bournemouth again. High ball in towards the penalty area. Endo just did enough, and it's turned into a ball to Gakpo, which I don't think it was intended for, but Gakpo's got a bit of space now. Finds Florian Wirtz. Right-hand side of midfield. Here's Gravenberch. Ball back with Endo. Now McAllister. Square to his left as Liverpool attack. From right to left is Kerkez, who gets it back now. McAllister. The ball now to Endo. That's not a good ball by Endo, given straight away. Cook. Forward over on the far side, and it's played in field, and Bournemouth have got another chance now to get forward. They must feel that every time they come forward they can score a goal. Ball played out wide towards the far side, left hand side. There's the cross. There's no one there inside the penalty area, certainly not that far. And Kerkez will find Szoboszlai and then gets it back in the left back position, and then a short pass to McAllister. Bournemouth 2, Liverpool 0. But here's Frimpong in a bit of space now. Over on the right-hand side. Just waiting for Wirtz now. Back in towards Frimpong. Gets the cross in, which is blocked straight away. It's a corner. Which, I don't know if Salah's going to take this one. He's taken a couple, and they've been very long ones. This one is Wirtz to take by the looks of it. But if Liverpool can get one back before half-time, then they're back in it. But
yeah. And you've got to remember as well, Bournemouth, what was it, 1 win in 13 coming into this? You know, if Liverpool were to get one back, then suddenly, you know, the nerves will start jangling for them.
Wirtz, Szoboszlai. Corner was taken short. Here's Gravenberch. Back to Szoboszlai. And now back to Gravenberch again. McAllister. Needed somebody on his left. There wasn't anyone there, and luckily Frimpong bailed him out and then gets the free kick inside the centre circle. Here's Szoboszlai. Ball is crossed high towards Florian Wirtz. He'll control it on his chest inside the penalty area. Can he find a bit of magic now? Well, no, not like that, but he will try and battle to win it back, but it was Scott who clears. And Adley now for Bournemouth. Challenged by Endo. It's a Liverpool throw, much to the annoyance of the Bournemouth fans over on the far side. 37, almost 38 minutes gone here at the Vitality Stadium. It's Bournemouth 2, Liverpool 0. Ball back with Alisson. Gravenberch will find Wirtz, curls it now to Szoboszlai, and support on his left-hand side from the Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk. Finds Kerkez. Kerkez challenged by Jimenez, and then a foul by Kerkez. Although no foul, I thought it might have been, but throw for Liverpool. Can they get one back before half-time? In towards Gravenberch. Not like that, they won't. Really? And now there's a break on for Bournemouth. Evan Nielsen, he's got Krupi to his left. That's the only option he's got at the moment. Evan Nielsen, edge of the penalty area. It's a terrific run, then goes down. Nothing given. Liverpool clear. Bournemouth had put a few bodies forward. You've got to get back now. McAllister took a bit of a knock there, but he's okay. Frimpong. Salah. Salah now has got Wirtz making a little run, but it's still with Salah. Szoboszlai. Back to Salah on the edge of the penalty area. Salah curls one in. It's not going to find a Liverpool shirt, but it's Szoboszlai wins it back. Gravenberch. Florian Wirtz now in towards the edge of the penalty area. Shoots low. Oh, just wide. And the goalkeeper didn't get a touch. It's a goal kick. But, well, that's better. It was a good effort. but it was wide, and it's 2-0 to Bournemouth.
Again, the space that Liverpool had to play in there, you think there's still something to be taken from this game for Liverpool. There's absolutely no doubt about that. If they can get their act together, they can't keep on making problems for themselves.
Ball back with Bournemouth, and now it's with Petrovic. Well, that's the closest Liverpool have come, that effort from Florian Wirtz. High ball forward towards Evan Nielsen, who won it in front of Van Dijk, but Liverpool now get it with Szoboszlai. Forward now to Gakpo. Gakpo left hand side of the penalty area. Cody Gakpo goes down. He's not going to get anything. Can he win the ball back though? Not quite. And then there's a foul by Wirtz, and it's a free kick for Bournemouth. And just at the moment, nothing quite running for Liverpool at the other end of the pitch. But Gakpo was in a bit of space there. He does like to cut in though, rather than go on the outside.
I think that's the problem. Every defender knows what he's going to do with it. There's no element of surprise with Cody Gakpo, because he always wants to cut in off the left onto his right, and the defender reads it. James Hill is able to make the block.
Free kick then, which Petrovic will take. Just on the edge of his, just inside the Bournemouth penalty area. The rain has eased off for now, as the ball is played forward now, headed away by Kerkez. Wirtz. Ball forward by Jimenez. Endo will win that one. Too far for Florian Wirtz, and will be picked up by Hill. Plays one long forward, but I think that'll bounce once, and Kerkez can watch that one go out of play. Got a little nudge again from Jimenez. Those two, there's a bit of an internal battle going on, I think, which we mentioned earlier. It's a goal kick for Liverpool. 4 minutes to half time, with I suppose a couple of minutes to add on. There was a VAR check. Here's Kerkez. But at the moment, Liverpool need every added minute they can find. 2-0 down. Kerkez. Liverpool fans over on that far side have made such a long journey down here, trying their best to raise the volume and hoping it can inspire Liverpool to get one back, but they need it quickly. Endo. Wirtz. In now to Gravenberch, towards the edge of the penalty area. Florian Wirtz couldn't find Szoboszlai. That final pass just isn't finding a Liverpool shirt at the moment. Now Bournemouth will break again. They've got Krupi forward here, but it's Adley who's going to play the ball right across, and well, it was a good job Alisson read that one, because Evan Nielsen was unmarked on the far post. But here come Liverpool. Szoboszlai. Space now for Gravenberch over on the right hand side. He's got Frimpong in support square. Here he is now, Jeremy Frimpong. Florian Wirtz. McAllister just on the edge of the penalty area. Is it worth a shot? No, he plays it into Szoboszlai. Wants to play it to his left, and Kerkez will hit it, and it's blocked, and it's a corner. Some glares going on between Jimenez and Florian Wirtz. That's probably going to carry on. It's a throw actually for Liverpool, not a corner. Szoboszlai. Only a couple of minutes to the break. Well, at least the 45 anyway. Cody Gakpo. McAllister. Cross it goes now. Plenty of space here for Wataru Endo for Liverpool. He's got McAllister square to his left, halfway inside the Bournemouth half. Szoboszlai. Left-hand side of the Bournemouth box. Szoboszlai trying to find space for Gakpo. Curls one in towards Salah on the far side, and well, on the volley, the angle was tight. Whether he was trying to go for goal or cut it across, I'm not sure, but it's straight into the hands of Petrovic. You wouldn't put it past Salah to score from any kind of angle, but
it's a difficult chance. He is going for goal, isn't he? I think he might have been better off from the angle he was at, just trying to turn it back across goal.
Frimpong. It is quite an open game. When Liverpool do pick up the ball, they do seem to have space, and that's come off Senesi, hasn't it? It's a corner for Liverpool, and we're in the last minute of the 45 now. Salah to take the corner. Van Dijk, Endo will come forward. Of course, there's no Gomez now to add his height after he had to go off, so Salah waits. Szoboszlai makes his way in towards the near post. And Salah now to take the corner. Floats it in high towards the far post, and that came off Hill, I think. That's another corner, which is a bit fortunate because I think it was too high for everyone again.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai will take this one on the left. So everyone who was forward remains forward here for Liverpool. Just Frimpong in a defensive position outside the box. Szoboszlai, in it goes with pace, and there's the goal from Van Dijk. Liverpool have got one back right on the 45-minute mark. That corner from Szoboszlai was hit with pace, and it just needed guiding in there with the flick of his head from Virgil van Dijk, and Liverpool are now back in it. It's 2-1.
Oh, and how much did they need that just on the stroke of half-time? It's a brilliant run and header from Van Dijk. You can see it's clearly something they'd worked on pre-match in terms of the routine. So the delivery is perfect from Szoboszlai. Van Dijk gets away from his marker, glancing header. Petrovic in goal, absolutely no chance. And you look at Van Dijk's reaction, there wasn't even half a celebration, was it? He jogged back nonchalantly because he'll be furious with the way that Liverpool have left themselves with a hole to dig themselves out of.
So 2-1, 3 minutes of added time, which we're into now, which we're only just sort of starting. Ball's out of play. Well, we did say if Liverpool can get it back before half-time, then it's game on, and it certainly is. Ball is now back with Wataru Endo. Van Dijk will look to play a long ball forward, but decides against it. Endo is in support to his right, and this will go back to Alisson. Virgil van Dijk's third goal of the season. Here's McAllister. Van Dijk forward to Wirtz. It gave him a lot to do, but he did it and finds McAllister. Gakpo. Szoboszlai now to McAllister. Forward to Florian Wirtz. Wirtz will play it in towards Gakpo. Can he lay it off? Not quite. Scott will clear. But that should be Van Dijk's to play back to Alisson. And although Evan Nielsen's hovering, safe enough for Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk. We're just coming up to the final minute of stoppage time. 2-1 Bournemouth lead. Here's McAllister. Comes forward centrally now through the centre circle up towards the edge of the penalty area. Gakpo, Wirtz, now back to Szoboszlai. Florian Wirtz centrally again, goes slightly back. McAllister will loft one in towards Salah. Ball is headed away. Here's Frimpong. And then Frimpong just rides a challenge. He has Gravenberch for support. Frimpong then goes down, and the referee, has given the free kick. And although Frimpong,
a yellow for kicking the ball away, isn't it?
Yeah, it is for, is it Krupi?
Yeah.
So free kick for Liverpool. This will be the last chance because the 3 minutes are almost up, but it's a good crossing position, right-hand corner of the penalty area. Hopefully Frimpong's okay, because that's the first thing. That challenge from Adley it was. So can Liverpool, I mean, can you imagine Liverpool get an equaliser having witnessed what we've seen in that first half? Would really turn things around, but they have a chance from this free kick. Salah and Szoboszlai standing over it, and of course Van Dijk will make sure he's a presence inside that penalty area. Szoboszlai moves away, so this will just be Mo Salah to curl this one in. The 3 minutes are up. Salah plays it in. It was another low one, but too low that time. Comes back to Salah, who gets it back, but Salah will find Frimpong. Home fans want the referee to blow the half-time whistle, which he will now. Well, what a half that was. Liverpool started it pretty well, actually, away from home, dominating possession without really creating anything, and then two really bad goals to give away, James, and at least they've got one back to make a game of it second half.
Yeah, that feels like a big moment from Van Dijk just before the break there to pull one back, because it just completely changes the dynamic, doesn't it? You can sense how much has changed the atmosphere just inside this ground in terms of just denting the feel-good factor amongst the home fans, and it just gives Liverpool a bit of impetus, because they should never have found themselves 2-0 down. They started the game well, they were in the ascendancy, didn't make it count, and then two really, really poor goals to concede have given them a mountain to climb. But Bournemouth are so open. We said it when it was at 2-0 that this game was very much still alive, and even more so having pulled one back.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting in the second half to see how Bournemouth approach it, because with we have what we hold what we have, if you like, and make it difficult for Liverpool to break that old cliched low block, or will it remain an open game? And you would expect Liverpool to create some chances.
Yeah, you would. I think there's so many promising signs out there. Some of the link-up play between Wirtz and Salah, especially. Liverpool have got into some brilliant positions. They just haven't managed to turn it into real glorious chances, because the final ball has just let them down. And I'm sure that'll be the message from Slot at half-time. They've got to be a bit more composed, a bit more precise in the final third, because the chances will be there. Bournemouth are so open. They're not capable of just parking the bus and seeing this out as a 2-1 game. It's just not going to happen. There are more goals in this game. Liverpool just need to make sure that they're the ones that get them.
And to that end, we talked about it a little bit when Liverpool were 2-0 down. Ekitike, okay, they've got one back now, so I don't know whether that changes the dynamic, or does Arne Slot say from the go, let's get him on and see what happens?
I'd like to see him out there right from the off in the second half. I think why leave it 15 minutes, which is quite often what Slot does do, leave it to the hour mark before making changes. But I just think, if he's able to play 30 minutes, why can't he play 45? And I think if you're Bournemouth, you've just seen your 2-goal advantage halved. The last thing you want to see is Liverpool's top scorer, one of the best marksmen in the Premier League, coming out at the start of the second half. So yeah, I would rather him probably take off Gakpo, stick on Ekitike, and really go for it second half.
We shall see. James Pearce of The Athletic. More from James in the second half. Half time is a bit more positive for Liverpool than it might have been, but they still trail here at the Vitality. It's Bournemouth 2, Liverpool 1.
Total Sport.
First for football.
BBC Radio Merseyside.
Yeah, a bit of a crazy first half, that one. Let us know what your thoughts are, Liverpool fans. You can let us know now. Let us know at the full-time whistle as well. The fan phone-in will be on the way after full-time. 0800 731 9333, or send a WhatsApp on 08000 321 333. Start your message with the word Mersey. We do have a message in as well already, I believe. Let's have a little look at this. It's, Jamie and Bootle saying the lack of fight in the team is staggering. We have to work so hard to even get half a chance and seem intent on gifting opponents a goal at every opportunity. Major doubts if the squad is capable of finishing in the top 5. Strong words there. If you agree or disagree, let me know. 08000 321 333. Start your message with the word Mersey on WhatsApp, or it's 81333 on the text. Start your message again with the word Mersey. Second half commentary to come. Let's get some post-match reaction from earlier on. Andy Crosby, far from happy, it is fair to say, after his side led twice but ended up losing 4-2 away at Cambridge in League 2 this afternoon. Andy Crosby speaking after the game here with BBC Radio Merseyside's Derek Jones.
Well, you scored 2 goals at the side with the best defensive record in the league, Andy, and you've come away with nothing in the end. Can you explain that?
Yeah, because we've given 4 gifts to our opponents. It's not the first time I've said it. Got a lot of experienced defenders in our squad who are finding it really difficult to do the basics of what they are paid to do. In our league, that's head it, kick it, stop crosses, stop shots, mark in the box, and whoever is playing is finding that a real difficulty at this moment in time. We've scored in every away game. We've scored 2 today, as you said, against the team who I think have got the best home record in terms of goals conceded. We should have scored at least 2 more big opportunities. But then if we'd have scored those 2 opportunities, we'd like to score another 3 more, because we'd probably given more chances away. So what I'm seeing from our defenders, it isn't defensible from me. It's not good enough. It hasn't been good enough. Whoever starts is making so many basic errors, which I would describe. And listen, I've not been a Premier League defender. I've played 600 games at this level of football, and the things you have to do in our league are win first balls, fight, compete, win balls in your own box, stop crosses, show some desire, encourage the people around you, communicate really well. And we find it really difficult to do any of them. And I've got defenders who have played hundreds of games who are not doing the job.
Did you feel you were better at that in the first half?
Did I think what, sorry?
Did you feel you were better at stopping the crosses and defending your box better in the first half?
We didn't defend long throws well initially. We rectified that. We limited them to very little. But when they've had 6 shots on target and they scored 4 goals, and you look at some of the things which have happened where we don't go and engage the ball on the side of the box, we stop 5 yards away, we don't go and take the last step and go and be brave and make him beat you on the outside. We allow players to come inside twice, and a marking position of probably 3 or 4 yards away from a man. And I say I cannot come in and say and defend that, because this is now a consistent thing from us. We scored in every away game, but to come and score 2 goals here and still walk away from nothing.
Positives: a first EFL goal for young Dylan Jones, and it was a cracking header, actually, a very, very, very good move as well.
Yeah, really good header. I thought when we go into the final third in the first half and the second half, we showed some good composure, and it's a really good ball into the box, a really good header from Dylan. So, brilliant. He scored his first goal, and Charlie comes on and impacts the game straight home. We score. So we missed a couple of opportunities, but I don't want to focus on the missed opportunities. It's about how many times that our goalkeepers have to pick the ball out of our net.
You've got more players back on the pitch in the training situation as well. Will that help in solving some of these defensive issues, or is it still just down to individuals?
I hope it does, Derek. But as I say, there's lots of combinations of defenders who've played in our back 3, back 5 this season. So that this is not just a one game thing at Cambridge. This is a consistent thing. And as I say, what do you need to do in every level of football, but in our league and our type of football, you have to defend set plays really well. And if you organise and communicate that and see danger, you can nullify some problems immediately. You've got to deal with balls coming into your box. You've got to try and stop them coming into your box in the first instance. You've got to track runs, and you've got to go and make brave blocks, and say do the basics of the game, because say going the other way, we score, we find solutions, but at other end we can't.
Well, he is far from happy, I think it's fair to say, and far from happy with his defenders, or his side's defending at the very, very least. That's 9 goals conceded in the last 3 matches now for Tranmere Rovers. Against good teams, though, you have to say. They're all up there, aren't they? Your Bromleys of this world, Walsall and Cambridge, all chasing promotion, all in the top 4 or 5 in League 2. But nevertheless, the standards are not there that Andy Crosby wants. That is clear. Dylan Jones also gave an interview after the game to Derek Jones after the game. You can listen to that on our BBC Sounds channel right now, Tranmere Rovers fans. Hear what he thinks about getting his first goal for the club and his targets as well moving forward. All you have to do is go onto BBC Sounds, just search for your team name. So start typing in Tranmere, the page will come up there, tap on it, and you can hit subscribe while you're there as well, and then we will notify you when new episodes drop in. Interviews with players, with the manager. We also do bits with fans as well in the week that go up there, our discussion, insight, analysis. It's all on that BBC Sounds page. It's like a mini podcast feed for you to get bits throughout the week, so make sure you find it right now. Tranmere Rovers, search for it on BBC Sounds. Monday morning, 6 o'clock, set your alarm. Kev Dwala back with you on breakfast. Everyone will be talking about the Traitors finale, of course. We'll be focusing on the attention brought to one of the contestants, Jesse, who lives with a stammer. At breakfast, are going to be talking to a local man who's trying to raise even further awareness on this and what his life has been like, having one for over 60 years. Later in the show, they'll also be hearing from a grief choir, I should say, based in Crosby Library, helping those deal with grief through the power of song. And we'll be back with another chance to win a smart speaker, making it even easier to listen to BBC Radio Merseyside. And you can listen to games like this one right now on your smart speaker as well. Maybe you can win a nice shiny new one to listen to Liverpool or Everton matches. That is all from 6 o'clock in the morning with Kevin Dwala on BBC Radio Merseyside on Monday. But for now, we're getting ready for second half commentary. Liverpool, they've come back from 2-0 down. It's 2-1 2-1 at the moment. Still work to be done to try and get a result in this one, but that goal right on half-time means it is game on in the second 45.
As Liverpool now with Szoboszlai out towards the right-hand side. Salah trying to get forward now. Defender just did enough there, but Liverpool have it again. Salah, Florian Wirtz inside the penalty area. Salah curls one. It's too high and wide, and it's a goal kick. But it's all Liverpool, but still 0-0. Here's Szoboszlai. Ball played forward towards Salah again. This time he's in. Salah will play it across. And maybe, I don't know, maybe could he have gone a bit further himself there? Unselfishly played it across the box. Good challenge by McAllister. It's out for a throw-in for Bournemouth, but I was expecting Salah to go on a bit more directly there.
Yeah, I think decision-making has let him down there, isn't it?
Gravenberch will get it back from Kerkez, and now over on the far side in towards Gakpo, back to goal. Here's Salah. Salah back in towards Florian Wirtz. The angle's tight, and he cut it back towards Szoboszlai, and it was just snuffed out the danger there by Bournemouth. Good move.
Just wondered whether Wirtz could have hit it and gone for goal first time.
Hill. And he's got Senesi on the edge of the centre circle, plays it high in towards Scott. It was a teasing ball, came back off Scott, who got it back. Chance, it's there, Evan Nielsen. Oh, Bournemouth are in front. And Liverpool couldn't clear as the ball came in. It seemed to go wide, but they kept it in play. Scott got it across. And Evan Nielsen has poked it into the back of the net. And against the run of play, Bournemouth lead here at the Vitality by 1-0.
Oh, it's a nightmare for Liverpool, that.
32.5 minutes gone at the Vitality. 1-0 Bournemouth. Ball forward in towards Jimenez with a chance to make it 2-0, and he has. Oh, it's going from bad to worse for Liverpool. Alex Jimenez with the goal. And it was, again, too easy. The ball inside the defender, inside the penalty area. Jimenez low past Alisson in the Liverpool goal. And Liverpool caught on their left-hand side for the second time, and it's 2-0. Salah now has got Wirtz making a little run, but it's still with Salah. Szoboszlai. Back to Salah on the edge of the penalty area. Salah curls one in. It's not going to find a Liverpool shirt, but it's Szoboszlai wins it back. Gravenberch. Florian Wirtz now in towards the edge of the penalty area. Shoots low. Oh, just wide. And the goalkeeper didn't get a touch. It's a goal kick. Cody Gakpo. McAllister. Cross it goes now. Plenty of space here for Wataru Endo for Liverpool. He's got McAllister square to his left, halfway inside the Bournemouth half. Szoboszlai. Left-hand side of the Bournemouth box. Szoboszlai trying to find space for Gakpo. Curls one in towards Salah on the far side. And, well, on the volley, the angle was tight. Whether he was trying to go for goal or cut it across, I'm not sure, but it's straight into the hands of Petrovic. Szoboszlai will take this one on the left. So everyone who was forward remains forward here for Liverpool. Just Frimpong in a defensive position outside the box. Szoboszlai, in it goes with pace, and there's the goal from Van Dijk. Liverpool have got one back, right on the 45-minute mark. That corner from Szoboszlai was hit with pace, and it just needed guiding in there with the flick of his head from Virgil van Dijk, and Liverpool are now back in it. It's 2-1.
Oh, and how much did they need that?
Right-hand side, Mo Salah inside the penalty area now. Salah shoots. Oh my goodness! It's a Mo Salah classic.
Here's McAllister who hits it. Oh! Big not out. What a strike. It's going to be party time. The full-time whistle is blown. And with it, confirmation that Liverpool are league champions for the 20th time.
BBC Radio Merseyside.
So we need a Liverpool fight back in the second half. They started it right before the end of the first half. Van Dijk getting that header from the corner after maybe being at fault for the first goal, you could say. But, well, it's going to be an interesting second 45. I think you'll want to keep it here and listen to every word of the second half commentary on BBC Radio Merseyside. Let's take you back to the Vitality. Your commentary team is the Athletics Liverpool reporter James Pearce and Ian Kennedy.
Thank you, Phil. Bournemouth about to get the second half underway, which they do now. Liverpool have made a change, not the change we thought might happen. We thought Ekitike might come on, but it's Andy Robertson as Liverpool having to defend. Ball across, it's cleared by McAllister right at the start of the second half, but Milos Kerkez has gone off. and Andy Robertson is on. Ekitike was warming up quite vigorously away from the other subs at half-time, which I thought might be an indication that he might be about to come on, but not the case.
No, you just think surely then it's almost pre-planned that he'll come on maybe 10 or 15 minutes into the second half, because he was doing a very different half-time warm-up than the rest of the subs.
To throw in for Bournemouth, James Hill is going to take a long one in towards the near post. Well, he was gathered and then dropped. What's the referee? He's going to give a corner. Allison got there and then dropped it, and it's gone out for a corner this time. He was under pressure, to be fair. There was I don't know whether the ball might have been out anyway. It was borderline, but anyway, there were no arguments about it, and it's a corner for Bournemouth. So Liverpool under pressure at the start of the second half, looking to really get at Bournemouth after that goal at the end of the first half from Virgil van Dijk. That corner's gone out of play. It's a goal kick. Kirk has had a real battle on in that first half. We talked about maybe some of the Bournemouth players getting at him a little bit. I don't know whether that's in the thinking of Arne Slot.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, he was also found wanting for that second goal with the ball in behind, where Jimenez got away from him and finished nicely. So yeah, I think maybe a feeling that he was getting caught up maybe in the emotion of coming back to face his old club.
Ball's out of play. Arne Slot throws it quickly to Frimpong. Now the one thing Liverpool are doing in this second half is playing into the wind a little bit more, as Frimpong got a push there from Scott. Did well to stay on his feet and keeps it in play and finds Gravenberch inside the penalty area. Gakpo slipped anyway. I don't know whether it would have found him, as McAllister gets a challenge in. But Frimpong did really well, because he should have got a free kick, but kept going, and it almost produced a goal. Or a chance. 2-1 Bournemouth lead. Here's Andy Robertson. And of course, every time we see Andy Robertson out there, until the transfer window closes or a move becomes official, you wonder, is this his last appearance for Liverpool?
Yeah, I really hope this isn't, because I think when you've given what he's given to Liverpool over the last 8.5 years, if he is going to leave this month, you want him to get the kind of send-off he deserves, and that should be at Anfield. Yeah,
absolutely. He's been absolutely outstanding for Liverpool. What a servant he's been. Here's Endo. Now to Frimpong. Wirtz tried a little dummy there. McAllister will get there and won it back well and finds Endo. Here's Szoboszlai. Liverpool fans, you can probably hear in the background singing the name of Andy Robertson. Ball is now across to him, and he's right over on that far side, so he'll hear them. No doubt about that. Here's Van Dijk. McAllister. Gravenberch will turn and feed it out to Robertson. Now to Szoboszlai. Ball back in towards Robertson. Good move this from Liverpool. Cuts back. It was just behind everyone, but Frimpong hits it. Takes a deflection. Comes back towards the edge of the penalty area. They opened up Bournemouth there. It was good ball to Robertson and a decent ball across. That's a Liverpool throw. Liverpool starting to dominate again after a flurry from Bournemouth at the start of the second half. But Andy Robertson almost providing the cross for an equaliser there. Frimpong. Good little turn by McAllister to buy himself half a yard. Salah. Szoboszlai. Turns and finds McAllister. McAllister now waits. Goes short to Frimpong. Then gets it back and plays it across to Van Dijk, whose goal has got Liverpool back into this game. Here's Szoboszlai. Now back to Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool with that perennial problem of trying to get in behind a team who've got everyone back behind the ball, and they can't do it that time. Good play by Jimenez, who's going to make ground down the right-hand flank. Ball in field towards Karupi now. That came off Van Dijk. No problem here for Alisson. And Liverpool will try and build again. 5 minutes gone in the second half. On Total Sports Saturday, BBC Radio Merseyside. Phil Munns will be taking your calls through until 8 o'clock at full time, as Gakpo on the halfway line. Finds Wirtz. Low ball forward, looking for the run of Mo Salah, who's over on the left-hand side now to gather this one. And that's a good little... well, it did well to get a cross in there. It was good defending in the end, actually, from Truffert to just calmly chest it down to his goalkeeper. Truffert again. Ball forward. Endo didn't quite get there, but enough pressure on Evan Nielsen to allow Frimpong to get it back to Alisson. And here's Van Dijk. Robertson. Gakpo has to go back inside his own half to keep hold of the ball. Plays it back to his captain, Virgil van Dijk. Here's Gravenberch. Looked up and then didn't realise that Adley was right at his back, but he did well to find Van Dijk once more. Here's McAllister. It's having to be patient stuff from Liverpool at the moment. Van Dijk to Gakpo. Gakpo's got Wirtz short. Here he is. Wirtz will turn and find Szoboszlai further infield, more centrally now. They can find the space for Endo. Endo now to the right-hand side, and Jeremy Frimpong. Frimpong back to Endo. There's Frimpong again. There's not a lot of space now. They're being forced back by Bournemouth. Endo desperate to go forward, and he is. Away from Adley and then curls one forward. It was a decent try to get Gakpo in. Good play by Endo. What a ball that was. Almost was. But back to Petrovic. James Pearce.
Yeah, brilliant from Endo. He very composed in possession then. Bournemouth putting him under pressure, spotted a gap between two players and burst into it. And again, just because it is such a wet surface, the ball just skidded away.
Disappointing ball forward by Frimpong that time. That goes straight through to Petrovic, and he'll find James Hill inside the Bournemouth penalty area. Back to Petrovic again, and they'll work it now to Senesi, who's been closed down by Salah. Scott. Ball forward will test Endo with Evan Nielsen there with him. Endo bundled into the advertising hoardings, but had enough room to find Alisson. And here's Van Dijk. Be with Everton on Monday night at Hill Dickinson as they take on Leeds. We'll have commentary on that game here on BBC Radio Merseyside. Gravenberch. Nice turn forward towards Szoboszlai now, in towards Salah, edge of the penalty area. Just couldn't get his foot on the ball as he tried to spin away. Endo, was that a push? No. Referee says no. Evan Nielsen goes down. Play goes on. Szoboszlai, right wing position for Liverpool now. Szoboszlai in towards Frimpong. Then back to Szoboszlai. They'll find McAllister just outside the penalty area. He's going to shoot. It's, well, come off. I'm not sure who it was, Senesi maybe, but it's ricocheted all the way out to Virgil van Dijk, just inside the Bournemouth half. Still 2-1 for the home side. Gakpo running at Jimenez. Gakpo will play it back now towards Florian Wirtz, just outside the penalty area. Wirtz now goes back out wide. Gakpo goes on the outside this time and gets a corner off Jimenez. Liverpool left. Van Dijk might well be the target here as he slowly walks towards the penalty area. Szoboszlai's gone across, I think, to take the corner. And it is, in fact, Dominic Szoboszlai's going to take this one. Endo forward as well. Little word between McAllister and, or rather, Robertson and Van Dijk. Crowded penalty area, certainly a crowded 6-yard box as we await this Liverpool corner. Can they find the equaliser? Szoboszlai will curl it in. Well, it was a crowded 6-yard box, but as soon as the ball went in, it was the lone figure of Petrovic just to gather it easily. And his throw-out goes straight out of play. I mean, Liverpool are dominating again now in terms of possession. It's almost like a bit of a training game. Attack and defence.
Ekatike's had the shout, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think we might well see that change shortly. Gakpo maybe to make way.
Looks like Curtis Jones as well.
There's Endo. And back to Alisson, and here's McAllister. You still feel there's something in this for Liverpool, even though they're 2-1 down. Wirtz. Ball forward to Szoboszlai. controlled it well to find.
Manon.
Yeah, I think he just about heard you there with that man on shout. Here's Salah. Salah now to Gravenberch. Edge of the penalty area. It's worth a shot. Is he trying to feed it back in? Comes back to Frimpong. Szoboszlai. Now McAllister. Endo. Wirtz away from Truffert. Edge of the penalty area. Wants to turn and spin, and maybe can he find Frimpong? Frimpong, get it. Well, he got it across. It blocked. It goes out for a throw-in, not a corner. But there's a lot of movement now on the bench. Throw-in is taken. Good ball now to Frimpong. Down towards the byline. Couldn't get the cross in, but then tried again, and this time it is a corner, which Florian Wirtz will take. Ekitike's coming on.
Yeah, Jones as well.
Salah to take the corner. So that's the key for a long one, maybe towards the far post, because that's where Van Dijk's gone. Endo's in there as well, in towards the 6-yard box. It goes into. I'm lost for words. Almost every time they play the ball in, doesn't matter how many people they've got inside the penalty area, it's just an easy catch for the goalkeeper. And Petrovic will clear. It's not a good one though, and it managed to get all the way through to Alisson somehow. Here's Van Dijk. Can Liverpool get in behind Bournemouth and find an equaliser? That's the task in front of them now. Van Dijk, and then back to Alisson. Liverpool fans again in good voiceover on the far side as Van Dijk curls one forward. It's headed away, and then the ball will go back to Petrovic once more. And we're still waiting for the ball to go out of play so that Liverpool can make the changes. It's always been a good fixture for Liverpool in terms of goals. They've scored 52 goals in their 17, I should say, Premier League games against Bournemouth. Adley, Krupi, and that'll be safely back to Alisson. That's the joint most that Bournemouth conceded against any one team in the Premier League. Man City have also scored 52. Of course, Liverpool got 53 now. High ball forward now to Salah. Salah now for Liverpool will check and find Frimpong. Frimpong's going to go on the outside of Senesi, or at least try. He's not going to get anything for that, and it's a goal kick. And now we're going to see the changes. Ekitike and Jones. Coming off is Alexis McAllister, and he will be replaced by Hugo Ekitike, and Curtis Jones will come on for Jeremy Frimpong. Thoughts on that, James?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what this means for the shape of the team as much as anything, because is it going to be like for like in terms of, we have seen Curtis Jones operate at right back before, or no, it actually looks like Dominik Szoboszlai is going to be slotting into right back, Jones into Szoboszlai's midfield role. Szoboszlai doesn't look exactly over the moon at being asked to play right back for the last half an hour of this game. And then of course, you know, Ekitike through the middle. It's Gakpo just playing a bit deeper, it looks like now.
Back underway again. Szoboszlai with the header forward for Liverpool. Curtis Jones trying to turn, goes down. Adley, referee, the assistant on this near side, says that was a foul, so Liverpool will have a free kick right down below us. Szoboszlai to take. Back it goes to Endo. Here's Van Dijk. Robertson. Gakpo forward to Ekitike. Nice little layoff back to Gakpo again, up towards the edge of the penalty area. Now it's with Salah. Salah inside the Bournemouth box now for Liverpool. Plays it now, and the shot will come in from Gakpo, which is blocked. Bournemouth just hack it away, but it really is anywhere will do for Bournemouth just at the moment. Can Liverpool find a way through it? It's been the age-old problem.
Bournemouth just can't get out, can they? Every time it just keeps on coming back with interest. Liverpool dominating possession, dominating territory, yet just that bit of quality in the final third just hasn't been there so far second half.
Jones for Liverpool. Not a good ball to Szoboszlai. Did well to make anything of it. Back to Endo. And now Szoboszlai again, right in front of Arne Slot. Turns away from Adley with a little drop of the shoulder. Finds Curtis Jones. Salah now for Liverpool. Salah is not going to find Florian Wirtz with that. He might just win it back. There was a foul by Salah. on Adley. It's a free kick for Bournemouth, which they've taken quickly, but Liverpool are alert to that. Endo and Van Dijk, and Van Dijk will get it back to Alisson. We've reached the hour mark. It's 2-1 for Bournemouth. It's all Liverpool, but they need to get some shots in on that goalkeeper, and that ball's out of play. It's a throw-in. Andy Robertson acknowledges the error, and it's a throw-in for Bournemouth, which Adam Smith will take. Waits down that right-hand side. I don't suppose Bournemouth will hurry anything at the moment. It would be a big win for them after being on a poor run. But now Liverpool win it back with Salah. Salah now just needs support from Szoboszlai. Here he comes. Szoboszlai. Is he going to shoot? He dinks it in. They're claiming a handball, but I think his arms were down. Senesi it was. Szoboszlai, good challenge. That'll go out of play for a Liverpool throw. And I think that is that's the right decision. It was a good challenge by Szoboszlai. But I tell you what, they had a break on there, Liverpool, for a second.
Yeah, I think they're having a quick look at the VAR for the penalty shot, but they're not getting a penalty for that.
No.
I don't even think it's even hit his arm, and his arm is by his side anyway.
I don't think he could have done much more to keep his arm tucked in as he did.
No.
So it's a throw-in, and we're back underway. Areola's absolutely...
come on, ref.
It's a... Well, what's he given here? Throw-in for Liverpool.
Oh, that's a shambles.
No, he's giving it to Bournemouth.
The assistant gave it to Liverpool. So Liverpool were ready to take the throw as they waited for VAR to have a look at that penalty shout. And then the ref has now decided to give it to Bournemouth.
Trafford will take it. And, time ticking on. Liverpool need to get this equaliser. I think we're still sort of thinking about Liverpool trying to win the game, but of course, first of all, you've got to not lose it.
Yeah.
Ball is now with Adley down the left-hand side. He'll get the ball in towards Trafford, heavy touch, and it's not if it'll go out of play. Endo tried and just about got away with it.
Lucky there.
I didn't think that had enough on it to go out.
No, Endo gets very, very lucky there. He's trying to shepherd the ball out. Yeah, the ball was never going out, and he ends up getting himself in a right muddle, goes to ground, and it's the softest of free kicks.
A free
very,
kick.
very fortunate the Japan international there.
Of course, hasn't played a great deal of football all season.
No.
So he'll be feeling it out there, I suppose. Here's Van Dijk. Florian Wirtz. Little flick by Ekitike doesn't come off. Bournemouth get it away. Van Dijk. Robertson. And then, came back off Van Dijk. And it's a throw for Bournemouth, and they can get it. As soon as they get it back up this end of the field, the Liverpool half, that's where they want it. Because they haven't seen a lot of the ball second half. They still lead, though, by 2-1. And even if Liverpool do get a draw out of this, it will still feel like a disappointing result. Particularly, it'll be 5 draws in a row.
Yeah, especially when you think coming here, Bournemouth 1 win in 13. They've just lost their best player recently to Manchester City. They're in the process of strengthening, but they haven't got those new signings over the line yet. So I think anything that's not a win is a disappointing result for Liverpool here.
Ball is cleared by Salah. Smith will head it back in to the penalty area. Van Dijk gets it away. Robertson, that came off Jimenez. It's a throw for Liverpool. 19 minutes gone, second half on Total Sports Saturday, BBC Radio Merseyside. 2-1 Bournemouth lead. And that heavy rain has returned. Here's Cody Gakpo, but can only flick it out of play. Throw in for Bournemouth. Be taken over on the far right-hand side. Liverpool attacking from left to right in the second half, defending the Steve Fletcher stand. But James Hill's going to take another long throw, and even this is halfway inside the Liverpool half. He's looking for the penalty area with this one. He's wiped the moisture off the ball, takes a run up, and he does launch a good long throw on the breeze. It's cleared though. Salah will get it away. Can Liverpool break? They can, yes. Now it's with Florian Wirtz. Everyone trying to get back for Bournemouth. Liverpool have it. Florian Wirtz will play the ball across. It wasn't the best, but it comes back to Curtis Jones. Jones, it's blocked. And it's cleared away anywhere by Krupi. Well, Curtis Jones has gone a long time without a goal. I think it's 57 games without a goal, I was reading. which didn't seem right, but well, now we've got a second ball on the pitch. Has forced Liverpool to go back and take it again. Or is he? He's just going to drop it uncontested for Liverpool, and they have it once more. Wirtz, Gravenberch, turning away from Junior Krupi. Wirtz, Jones to Wirtz, just outside the penalty area. Challenge comes in, but Liverpool win it back. Jones again. Little ball fed into Ekitike. Wirtz back to Ekitike. Now Gravenberch. Gravenberch, can he maybe just find a shot? He can! Ooh, just wide. Well, I thought he was trying to dink it back in towards Ekitike, but went for goal, and it just flashed wide of that far post.
Yeah, decent strike from Gravenberch. He initially was looking up at what the runners were ahead of him. That the reality was there wasn't a decent option on, so he thought, well, why not take it on myself? And it's whistled just wide.
Going to see a substitution now by Bournemouth, and Ryan Christie is going to come on. Junior Krupi will come off. So Andoni Areola makes a change. 21 minutes gone in the second half. Christie is on, and it's a goal kick for Bournemouth. Phone lines will be open after the match. You can give Phil Munns a call on 0800 731 9333. Is Liverpool's unbeaten run of 13 games coming to an end here on the South Coast, or can they find, well, at least an equaliser? Robertson, they've certainly dominated the second half.
That's a poor pass,
but they've been susceptible on the break, as we saw in the first half. Gakpo just stands on the ball slightly, but gathers himself and comes forward now. Andy Robertson forward towards Gakpo again. Gakpo turns. All the red and black shirts are back in behind the ball, but here's Florian Wirtz now for Liverpool. Robertson back to Gakpo again. Gakpo trying to find space for something, whether it's a shot or it's a through ball. It's a through ball for Robertson. Cross it goes towards Ekitike, now for a corner.
Yeah, it's another corner, but Robertson will be kicking himself there. The final ball letting Liverpool down yet again. It was a decent pass into his feet. He had time and space to pick someone out, and has ended up just drilling it against the first defender.
Szoboszlai to take the corner. Gakpo on the near post. Salah's next to the goalkeeper. Van Dijk on the edge of the 6-yard box. In it goes. It's punched away by the goalkeeper. Back to Jones. Gravenberch can play back to Curtis Jones once more. Ekitike flicks it back to Gravenberch. Just got to be careful because Evan Nielsen's there. Doesn't really want to go back to Alisson, but has to in the end. But Alisson's almost up to the centre circle. Endo will take it off him. Here's Florian Wirtz. Play it back to Virgil van Dijk. Finds Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai again is going to curl one, but it's intercepted by Adli, who can come forward now over the halfway line. He'll make his way down this left-hand flank. Got Truffert on his outside, and he's going to play it to him. Truffert now will get the cross in. It's not a bad one, but headed away by Virgil van Dijk. Scott. Ekitike. Well, the referee says that was too physical from Ekitike.
That's an unbelievable decision.
Scott went down, and now the Bournemouth have got a free kick right on the edge of the box. Ball was headed away initially by Van Dijk, and Ekitike didn't seem to be much on that at all. But it's dangerous now, this, and the one thing Liverpool can't afford to do is concede again, because we've only got just over 20 minutes of the 90 to go. 2-1 is still competitive, but 3-1 be a long way back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Bournemouth players over the ball. 6 now. And Liverpool will get the wall back. Referee is Michael Salisbury. So he will draw the line where he wants the Liverpool players to stand. Alisson on his goal line by his near post, trying to get the angles right, get the wall right. Scott, Jimenez over the ball. Jimenez will move away. Adley is there, but I think Scott fancies this one. The man who went down. There are 2 Bournemouth players in front of the Liverpool wall. And the Bournemouth players are still claiming that Liverpool aren't back enough. But they're standing on the line. Referee will blow the whistle. Free kick Bournemouth. 2-1 they lead. Alex Scott is poised. Adley is there as well. But it's Scott, and the wall did its job, but that will go out for a throw-in, I think, down by the corner flag. And the longer it goes on...
Yeah, Bournemouth in absolutely no rush, are they? That's the thing, that decision for Michael Salisbury didn't just kill a Liverpool counter-attack, it's also killed another 2 or 3 minutes of Liverpool's hopes of getting back into this game.
Bournemouth 2, Liverpool 1. Throw-in, which will be basically like a corner because Hill's got such a long throw on him. In it goes near post. It's flicked on dangerously. Liverpool haven't got it clear. Evan Nielsen, and then the shot will come in from Jimenez, saved by Alisson. Now can Liverpool break? If Alisson can bowl it out, well, not quite how he wanted to initially. But here's Florian Wirtz. Turns. Now Liverpool have got 4 players forward, but Bournemouth now have got players back. Robertson. Now back to Ryan Gravenberch. Cross it goes to Endo. Liverpool have dominated more in the second half than they did in the first, but you still have to say they haven't created any, well, certainly not enough chances. And now they've lost it. Ball forward now towards Christie, the substitute. Turning away from Endo. Evan Nielsen trying to work a 1-2, but that'll be played back to Alisson.
Yeah, Liverpool their own worst enemies again there. Curtis Jones giving it away cheaply.
Ekitike holds it up away from Lewis Cook, and then has lost it. Cook will come forward now. Danger here for Liverpool. Cook right across, nobody there. It'll go out for a throw-in for Liverpool. And is this another substitution? Engamoa, I think.
Ekitike's hurt on the far side. He's being pulled back to his feet.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's okay,
He's okay. Rio Engamoa's going to come on. And I guess he has to. He's somebody who can make something happen, and Liverpool need something to happen.
Gakpo off, it looks like.
Yeah, Gakpo's even before the board goes up, is making his way across. So Gakpo is off, Engamoa is on. Throw in for Liverpool, but it's deep inside their own half. Don't forget, you can get all the latest Liverpool news on BBC Sounds. Just download the app and subscribe, and you can type in Liverpool and get all the interviews and analysis. Same for Tranmere and for Everton as well, courtesy of BBC Radio Merseyside. It's a throw in which Szoboszlai will take. That's a foul throw, or at least it looked like one, and then the foot was a bit high on Endo, surely. It's a throw-in for Liverpool. Seen a few dodgy throw-ins today. None of them giving us foul throws. Van Dijk. 73 minutes gone. 2-1 Bournemouth still. Gravenberch. Now he's been allowed a lot of space to move into here, into the Bournemouth half. And it's at this point that it gets critical. Can Liverpool find a way past Bournemouth? Jones, Engamoa's first chance to get into the game, and he comes forward now. Little flick back to Gravenberch. Jones, Robertson, Wirtz, back to Jones. Jones, Robertson, it's Wirtz, getting those two mixed up. It's still Wirtz, now Jones, ball in towards Engamoa, doesn't quite come off, but here's Jones again in towards Ekitike. Good turn by Ekitike, still going, then he went down.
To be a foul.
Well, he stayed on his feet for a long time there. I thought he might have gone down earlier. Would he have got a penalty? Or at least a free kick? I'm not sure whether it was inside, was it?
It looked like the initial foul was maybe just outside. I mean, he's caught there. I mean, again, it's another example of you almost pay the price for trying to stay on your feet. I think if he goes down initially, he undoubtedly gets a free kick right on the edge.
Endo, Liverpool have it inside their own half. They've got 15 minutes of normal time. to find a way back. Alisson. Endo. Salah, who's been a little bit quiet, hasn't he, last 10 or 15. Now back with Alisson. But while he's on the pitch, there's always a chance that he could do something, and Liverpool will hope that that's the case. Ball forward now. Well, Van Dijk was the furthest player forward now. He's got to have to get back. Christie. Liverpool have got cover now. Good challenge. Liverpool win it back. Now can they break, as Bournemouth had put a few players forward there. Ryan Gravenberch. Forward now to Curtis Jones. Jones has got Salah to his right. Here is Mo Salah. Can he do it now? That little bit of magic. Down the line to Jones. Ball back to Szoboszlai. Home fans thought that he was offside there, Jones, but play goes on. Szoboszlai. Gravenberch to Van Dijk. Engamoa now in a left wing position. Oh, he's beaten his man on the outside. Can he get down and get the cross in? Not quite. Well, I think he's got the beating of the fullback on that far side. I think he's got the beating of most fullbacks, actually. He's that quick.
Come on.
Ekitike. Now back to Van Dijk. Gravenberch. To Szoboszlai. Will work it to this near side, and Mo Salah. Salah is going to take... Well, he can't beat Truffert. And he will clear now on this near side away from Curtis Jones. They got in each other's way there, and then there's a foul by Gravenberch in front of the referee, and it's a free kick with a foul on Christie. But Engamoa already making things happen. Almost a shout for another penalty shout there on Engamoa.
I mean, if he goes down, it probably gets given.
I think he would. Eyeball forward tests Endo, and Endo's can't get it away at the moment. Adley will help it back in towards Christie, and it's going to find Alisson, and he bowls it out now to Ryan Gravenberch. Andy Robertson now will stride forward over the halfway line. Robertson is just a bit too heavy, and then Jones can't get there, but Liverpool win the second ball back. Here's Virgil van Dijk. Now it's with Endo. Florian Wirtz will turn away from Adley, who slips slightly. Finds Szoboszlai. Square is Curtis Jones. Might be worth a shot here. Plays it in towards Robertson. Robertson across, and it's Senesi who gets it away. Again, they're looking to the assistant on this near side for offside. Nothing given. Engamoa turns away from the defender. Edge of the penalty area. And then he's gone down. Referee says yes. Free kick.
It's a Szoboszlai territory.
Yeah. And he's got the ball already, is the Liverpool number 8. It's just left of centre, just outside the penalty area. So Salah and Szoboszlai and Wirtz over the ball. Bournemouth will have to get back. The referee will walk them back. But Liverpool, can this be the moment with 12 minutes to go of the 90 to get the equaliser? If they get it now, they can go for the winner. So, is it going to be another one from Szoboszlai, or will Salah have a look at this? He's still there with Dominik Szoboszlai. Petrovic on his line. The referee now's got the wall back. They're going to have the draft excluder as well, lying on the floor behind the wall. So, Szoboszlai and Salah eyeing this one up. Stage is set. Can Liverpool, is this the moment for the equaliser? Szoboszlai waits. Salah, little touch. Szoboszlai hits it. Oh! Dominik Szoboszlai does it again. Little flick from Salah from the free kick, and he drills it past the Bournemouth goalkeeper into the back of the net. And the pressure finally tells. It's 2-2.
That's absolutely sensational from Szoboszlai. What a hit. No goalkeeper in world football stopping that. Mo Salah just flicks it into his path, and he hits it first time so sweetly. What a talisman he's become for this Liverpool team. When you think, he's had a few tough times in a Liverpool shirt recently. You think of the stick he got for the mistake against Barnsley. You think of some of the other things that haven't gone his way yet. He delivered in midweek against Marseille, and he's delivered here again. That's a big moment.
Bournemouth, are they making a change?
But Bournemouth, no. Iriola's complaining. Yes, I don't know what Iriola's complaining to the fourth official
Are they
about
complaining that it wasn't a free kick in the first place? High ball forward is going to be cleared by Szoboszlai. Salah can't get there. Scott coming forward now for Bournemouth. In towards the penalty area. Stopped, but the shot from... Oh, it's a good save from Alisson from Ryan Christie. Tipped over the bar. And suddenly, Bournemouth, who've been sort of trying to hang on to what they've got, have suddenly sprung into life again.
Crazy.
Good save from Alisson.
Yeah, he's had very little to do, but he was alert there.
It's a corner for Bournemouth. There's enough time for Liverpool to be looking to try and win this now. I mean, their domination of the second half has been almost complete, and now they've got their reward. But is there time? Well, there is time. 36 minutes gone. 9 minutes to go plus stoppage time. But they don't want to concede again. Here comes the corner now, left-hand side for Bournemouth. In it goes towards the far post. It's headed across. Liverpool will clear. And they might break with Engamoa now, but he's on his own. But, he's just putting enough pressure on Senesi to make the defender concede the throw-in. Andy Robertson will take it. I think Liverpool will sense this game is now there to be won.
Yeah.
2-0 down, remember, now back to 2-2. And sometimes you talk about turning points in a season. People will say maybe the Marseille game might be one, but if Liverpool come from 2-0 down to win this, it might be one. Here's Gravenberch forward now towards Robertson. Oh, wouldn't that be the headline if he could get the winner, or at least create one. Here's Engamoa. Oh, he's beaten Christie easily there, forward towards the penalty area, and then goes down maybe a little bit too easily for the referee's liking. It's a goal kick. But when you see Engamoa like this, you kind of think, well, should he be starting a few more games than he does? Or is he that impact player for the moment?
Yeah, I think probably he's more an impact player, but I think there's certainly been a lot of games where you thought he should have come on sooner. And I think this is one of them, because Gakpo has not been having a good season. He was ineffective again today. And I think if you're Ria and Gamoa, you're probably sat there thinking, well, yeah, I'm not the finished product, but I can create more problems through a defence than Gakpo on that left flank.
Here's Alisson. Oh, that was a neat ball. I think a few hearts are in mouths there, but he's managed to find Szoboszlai. Endo. That's not a good ball. Cook to find Truffert. Away from Ekitike, left-hand side, gets the ball across, cut out well by Liverpool and Van Dijk. And here's Curtis Jones, and Liverpool rampant now coming forward. White shirts everywhere. Here's Engamoa for Liverpool. It's going to take on Smith. Rio Engamoa, edge of the penalty area, almost had space for a shot there. He's still going, and then plays a poor ball forward, which is cut out by Truffert. And Liverpool just have to make sure they don't get caught open at the back, because here comes Ryan Christie. It's opened up for him now. Christie is going forward, plays it in towards Evan Nielsen. It's wide, just wide.
What a chance.
Christie created that. It looked as though he was going to walk it all the way through. Played it in towards Evan Nielsen, who had obviously just stayed onside. And I think he was.
Yeah.
Van Dijk was playing him on.
Oh.
Jimenez is going to come off for Bournemouth, and coming on will be a new signing, Alex Todd, who's just joined from Ferencváros. Goal kick for Liverpool, but there's only 6 minutes to go plus whatever to add on. And in the pouring rain, Alex Jimenez, who's actually been a bit of a thorn for Liverpool today. Todd will come on. Still Arne Slot on the edge of the technical area, having a word with Salah to get some instructions out there. Can Liverpool find a winner? Here's Virgil van Dijk. Jones. Van Dijk. That's too long, is it, for Salah? He'll chase it, and he's got it on the wind, has he? Ball comes back to Ekitike. Ekitike, he's got support to his right. Here's Florian Wirtz. Oh, just wide. And Salah wasn't too far away from poking it in. Liverpool are getting closer and closer.
It's a great save from Petrovic. Oh, I think it takes a nick off the defender as well. The keeper has to react so late to that.
Well, he's given a goal kick.
Oh, how is that a goal kick?
They've taken no, they haven't taken it yet. Yeah, it did look on the replay that it touched the goalkeeper on the way through. Petrovic clears. Van Dijk will win that in the air. Heads it up in the air. But it was noticeable how much that held up to help Salah retrieve the ball. Florian Wirtz now coming forward for Liverpool. Finds Robertson. Now out wide to Engamo, and whenever he gets the ball there seems to be something on. Ball back to Robertson, ball in towards Jones, couldn't get a touch. And it's through to Petrovic. 4 minutes of the 90. Truffert away from Szoboszlai. Infield now to Ryan Christie. Christie will play it back, and it's Hill. Liverpool fans still urging the side on, but it's Bournemouth now suddenly got a bit of possession. 0800 731 9333 will be the number to call at full time for the football phone-in. Here's Scott. Scott will now play one forward towards Evan Nielsen, and he'll get there in front of Endo. Back to goal, down by the byline. Plays the ball back. The cross will come in high towards Christie. Brought it down on the edge of the box, and then the shot will come in, which is over, but he had too much time there on the edge of the box, Ryan Christie. Liverpool have a goal kick.
Far too open again, Liverpool. You know, they're still playing as if they're 2-1 down. Yes, they want to win this game, but not at the expense of throwing it away, having got themselves back from 2-0 down to 2-2. Christie completely unmarked there.
Ball back with Petrovic in the Bournemouth goal. Truffert. Adley. Christie. Now it's with Evan Nielsen. Probably Bournemouth's best spell, actually, in the second half. And Christie's been at the heart of a lot of it. Coming forward again, working the 1-2 on the edge of the box. Christie again, little back heel. Ball will be played now in towards Evan Nielsen, and Liverpool can break now. It's Florian Wirtz. Now can he find the right pass? He's got Salah on the right.
What is that?
What was that? It's so overhit, it's unbelievable. It's a goal kick. For a player of his quality, it's very surprising. It was a good chance as well for Liverpool to break there, and it's a goal kick for Bournemouth.
I mean, Slot will be absolutely infuriated because so much space to run into. It wasn't even a difficult pass to play, and he's overhit it by about 40 yards.
Header by Van Dijk. Curtis Jones. Ball will come down, won't come down for Wirtz. Truffert. And now it will come down for Christie. We'll play it back inside the Bournemouth half. 2 minutes left of the 90. Still 2-2. Hill goes back to Petrovic. I don't think he was quite expecting that. To scamper back to get it. And now the clearance high downfield towards Evan Nielsen is headed away by Virgil van Dijk. Jones watching the bounce of the ball. It's a bit awkward for him. And Gravenberch will win it. And that's a foul on Florian Wirtz, but play goes on. Curtis Jones coming forward now. Will thread it forward to Ekitike. Just got the foot in Hill there to take it off him. Can Liverpool win it back? Well, not without a foul. It's a free kick for Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth will see this as a good result now, and even though they were 2-0 up, because they've just been penned back for most of the second half. Last minute of normal time. I think there's going to be another substitution as well by Iriola. Well, he might just wait. It's a free kick for Bournemouth. Petrovic to take. Szoboszlai is beaten in the air. Didn't really challenge because I don't think he saw the man behind him. But anyway, it's safe enough back to Alisson. It's going to be Enes Ünal to come on. Van Dijk. Now to Endo. And he'll come forward now towards halfway. Little short pass to Dominic Szoboszlai. Liverpool are going to need stoppage time if they're going to win this game. Have they got enough of it? Engamoa. Out wide on that Liverpool left-hand side. Teasing Smith and Scott. 4 minutes to add on, which is probably not You normally want 6 or 7, but not 4. But anyway, it might be enough. Here's Gravenberch. Gravenberch will turn and find Florian Wirtz. Wirtz will spin away from Cook. Edge of the penalty area. Oh, he played it in.
To hit it.
He didn't. It's cleared away by Adley. Anywhere will do. Comes back. That opened up. He created it himself there, Florian Wirtz. Salah will turn away from Truffert. He's being held there. His shirt's being pulled. Play goes on. Salah down by the byline. Still Mo Salah. And in the end, Truffert will get it away, only as far as Jones. But then Bournemouth clear. They were a bit fortunate there. If Salah had gone down, there might have been a free kick. And now Liverpool have to get back. There's white shirts everywhere winning it back. Szoboszlai. Crowded midfield area now. Florian Wirtz, can he find a bit of space for Endo, who's forward? Ekitike, Endo, Jones. And now Engamoa, left-hand side of the penalty area. Low ball into Curtis Jones. Jones to Ekitike. Oh, and it's under the boot of Wirtz, but it'll find Salah. Wirtz. Salah is the option again. Here is Mo Salah. Wide, but inside the penalty area. Oh, and Ekitike gets there. Comes back to Salah. Driven across. There's nobody there to put it in. Comes back to Engamoa. He'll run at Scott. He's inside the penalty area. It's going to come back. Oh, to Gravenberch. I thought he was going to swing his boot at that one. Holds on to it. Ryan Gravenberch. And now Florian Wirtz inside the penalty area. Cuts it back. That's a corner. The pressure is relentless, but Liverpool can't find a way through. Now the substitution. Evan Nielsen to go off. And Enes Ünal to come on. We've played 2 minutes of the 4. Liverpool have a corner. The substitution might add a few seconds on. Here comes Dominic Szoboszlai. Can, as he did in the first half, Virgil van Dijk get on the end of something? Anyone. Here comes the corner. High towards Ekitike. It's going to come back to Curtis Jones. Jones over on the left-hand side. Plays it back now to Gravenberch. To Jones. Curls one high. And, that's not going to do anything. It bounces once and Petrovic bowls it out now. Ball forward. Adley looking for something off, and they've got the throw in, and that might just be enough for Bournemouth to see this one out. But when that ball flashed across the Bournemouth penalty area a few moments ago, it just needed somebody to put it in. But this is heading towards another draw.
5 in a row in the league.
Yeah. And okay, 2-0 down, but you think, well, shouldn't have been 2-0 down. It's a throw-in. They're not in any hurry, Bournemouth. But they might feel that this is the last chance for any side to score, so they might as well gamble to some degree. Hill will take it. And Liverpool have got to make sure it is a draw. Here comes the throw. In towards the near post. It's headed across. It's headed away by Ekitike. Scott is over there for Bournemouth. And it's a throw-in for Bournemouth. Level with the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. We're in the last 10 seconds. So Hill will take this throw-in, and I think that'll be it. Rain pouring down. But it's not going to be a happy day for Liverpool on the south coast. Well, let's see what happens here first before we talk about the result. Hill to take. This will be a long one. This will be the last chance. Takes a long run up and then throws it in. It takes a deflection. Senesi's in. There's a real scramble. It's not cleared yet, and Liverpool have conceded. Adley has scored for Bournemouth right at the death. Would you believe it? That sums up Liverpool's season in a nutshell. The home fans cannot believe what's just happened, and I don't think the Liverpool players, and certainly the fans, can't. I mean, Adley has won it for Bournemouth with possibly the last kick.
Van Dijk leading the protest to Michael Salisbury. I'm not sure what he's appealing for. I think he's saying a foul. I'm sure VAR will take a look at it. It wasn't clear. Again, how many times have we seen that from Liverpool this season? Failing to deal with set pieces into the box. They lose the initial header, they lose the second, third, fourth battle, and it ends up in the back of the net. I'm not sure there's a foul in there.
Just having a look now, it was a scramble all right, but I didn't see a foul. I mean, Gravenberch was down, but
comes off the post.
It's a tight angle, but it's 3-2 for Bournemouth. It'll be a 3-2 win. It surely is no time for Liverpool. They're still arguing.
It's given, yeah.
It's a goal. Liverpool will restart. 0800 731 9333. Phil Munster, take your call. And the end of Liverpool's unbeaten run surely now. Referee will restart. Salah, I say restart, he's blown the final whistle. Alisson is absolutely furious. He's coming to have a word with the referee. Liverpool have lost. Their 13-match unbeaten run is over. They've dominated the second half of Liverpool. They got it back from 2-0 down to 2-2. That goal from Van Dijk at the end of the first half, and then a tremendous goal from Dominic Szoboszlai to make it 2-2. And at that point you're thinking, no worse than a draw, and is there time to win the game? And Liverpool have found time to lose it. James Pearce.
Oh, I mean, what a bitter pill to swallow. To work that hard, to show such graft, to come back from 2-0 down at 2-2, you thought, right, well, the stage is there now to go on and win the game. And to not only fail to do that, but to capitulate in that manner, I mean, it's spineless. Not to fail to deal with a simple long throw into the box. And it's not just losing the first header, it's losing the second, the third, the fourth battle for it in that scrap, and it ends up in the back of the net. I mean, Alisson and some of the other senior players have run to confront Michael Salisbury after the final whistle. I don't know what they're complaining about. They need to look at themselves. They've only got themselves to blame for that.
Not just that goal, James. All three goals were bad goals.
Oh, pathetic. At this level, the first one is inexplicable from Virgil van Dijk. You know, maybe the wind, the conditions have played a part, but again, you know, they didn't react quickly enough. The second one, again, Kirkes is caught out by a run in behind, and then the third one is a long throw. Let's not forget, this is a Bournemouth team that had won 1 in 13 coming into this game today. A couple of weeks ago, they lost their best player to Manchester City. So, and it shows the problems that Liverpool have got. The fact that there was just a real lack of, I'd say, a lack of leadership at times. Even at 2-2, he said it was so open. It was, you always felt at 2-2 that Bournemouth was just as likely to get one as Liverpool were, because in fact, once it went to 2-2, Bournemouth came out of their shell. They didn't have anything to hold on to, and suddenly they thought, well, actually, we can get at this Liverpool team.
And the other thing as well, as much as Liverpool had most of the ball in the second half, and okay, Szoboszlai scores a great goal from the touch from Salah from the free kick. But how many saves did Petrovic make in that second half? Not many. No. Just before Szoboszlai equalised, I looked at the Opta stats, and Liverpool had 80% of possession in the second half and hadn't forced a single shot on target, and that underlines the problems. They lack that ingenuity and they lack that creativity, and now they don't move the ball quickly enough at times. They're too predictable, and you know it's pointless. You can't say you control a game when you do so little with it, because there were long periods in that second half where Bournemouth were quite happy to sit in and just challenge Liverpool to break them down because they were so comfortable. It's been one of those days, one of those nights again for Liverpool. They'll have to regroup, start all over again. Their position in fourth place is under a lot, and that's the other thing as well. Some tasty games over this weekend, James. Fourth place is going to be a real battle for Liverpool, but if they want to get third or second or whatever, that's looking a bit of a big ask now. It's whether they can get fourth and hold off the likes of Manchester United and Chelsea and all these teams, because they had a chance today to make a bit of ground, and put a bit of a gap there, and they haven't done it.
They've massively shot themselves in the foot. They've been clinging on to that fourth spot by their fingernails in recent weeks with some of the points they've thrown away, and we said it wasn't sustainable. They had to kick on, and this was such a winnable game here today. Let's not forget they've got Newcastle coming up in the league. They've got Manchester City coming up in the Premier League as well. And it's not only Man United and Chelsea. You look at, what is it? Fulham are 2 points behind. Brentford are only 3 behind. Newcastle are 3 behind. Sunderland are 3 behind. It's so congested just behind Liverpool, and they're gonna leave themselves with a hell of a lot of work to do to get that Champions League spot. And to be honest, if they play like they did today over the coming weeks, then these setbacks are going to keep on coming, because it's just, you can't defend like that at this level and think you're going to get away with it.
James Pearce, thanks very much indeed for joining us on Total Sport Merseyside. James Pearce of the Athletic. What can you say? I can't quite believe it, but Liverpool have lost this game here at the Vitality Stadium right at the end. It's finished Bournemouth 3, Liverpool 2.
The Total Sport fan phone in. Liverpool fans, call us now. 0800 731 9333.
BBC Radio Merseyside.
Well, Liverpool fans, where do you start with that? A lot of possession, but not as many clear chances created as Bournemouth. It has to be said, it's a defeat. It's the end of that unbeaten run. 13 games unbeaten and out away at Bournemouth. Did it feel like that was inevitable in the end? Liverpool has so much of the ball, yet managed to cut through so little in that second half. Got the equaliser, got back from 2-0 down, but couldn't take the initiative and go on to win the game. Was it a decent performance? Were you a bit unlucky, or is there something deeper here that just isn't quite right for you at the moment? The fan phone in is open now. You can get your calls in. 0800 731 9333 is the number to call. Give us a call tonight. We're on till 8 o'clock. And we can have a chat, and we'll just sort of relive, first of all, what happened in the game. We'll get into the discussion very, very soon. A reminder again, the number 0800 731 9333. If you want to get something off your chest, or maybe do you think it was a bit unlucky? I don't know. You tell me what you think tonight, Liverpool fans. Let's have it out there. We're on until 8 o'clock tonight. 0800 731 9333. This is the story of the game.
Hill. And he's got Senesi on the edge of the centre circle, plays it high in towards Scott. It was a teasing ball, came back off Scott, who got it back. Chance, it's there, Evan Nielsen. Oh, Bournemouth are in front. And Liverpool couldn't clear as the ball came in. It seemed to go wide, but they kept it in play. Scott got it across. And Evan Nielsen has poked it into the back of the net. And against the run of play, Bournemouth lead here at the Vitality by 1-0.
Oh, it's a nightmare for Liverpool, that.
32.5 minutes gone at the Vitality. 1-0 Bournemouth. Ball forward in towards Jimenez with a chance to make it 2-0, and he has. Oh, it's going from bad to worse for Liverpool. Alex Jimenez with the goal. And it was, again, too easy. The ball inside the defender, inside the penalty area. Jimenez low past Alisson in the Liverpool goal. And Liverpool caught on their left-hand side for the second time, and it's 2-0. Szoboszlai will take this one on the left. So everyone who was forward remains forward here for Liverpool. Just Frimpong in a defensive position outside the box. Szoboszlai, in it goes with pace, and there's the goal from Van Dijk. Liverpool have got one back right on the 45-minute mark. That corner from Szoboszlai was hit with pace, and it just needed guiding in there with the flick of his head from Virgil van Dijk, and Liverpool are now back in it. It's 2-1.
Oh, and how much did they need that?
Petrovic on his line. The referee now's got the wall back. They're going to have the draft excluder as well, lying on the floor behind the wall. So Szoboszlai and Salah eyeing this one up. Stage is set. Can Liverpool, is this the moment for the equaliser? Szoboszlai waits. Salah, little touch. Szoboszlai hits it. Oh! Dominic Szoboszlai done it again. Little flick from Salah from the free kick, and he drills it past the Bournemouth goalkeeper into the back of the net. And the pressure finally tells. It's 2-2. Scott coming forward now for Bournemouth. In towards the penalty area. Stop, but the shot from... Oh, it's a good save from Alisson, from Ryan Christie. Tipped over the bar. True fair. And Liverpool just have to make sure they don't get caught open at the back, because here comes Ryan Christie. It's opened up for him now. Christie's going forward, plays it in towards Evan Nielsen. It's wide, just wide.
What a chance.
Christie created that. It looked as though he was going to walk it all the way through. Played it in towards Evan Nielsen, who had obviously just stayed onside. Jones, Van Dijk. That's too long, is it, for Salah? He'll chase it, and he's got it on the wind, has he? Ball comes back to Ekitike. Ekitike, he's got support to his right. Here's Florian Wirtz. Just wide. And Salah wasn't too far away from poking it in. Liverpool are getting closer and closer.
It's a great save from Petrovic. I think it takes a nick off the defender as well. The keeper has to react so late to that.
We're in the last 10 seconds, so Hill will take this throw in, and I think that'll be it. Rain pouring down, but it's not going to be a happy day for Liverpool on the south coast. Well, let's see what happens here first before we talk about the result. Hill to take. This will be a long one. This will be the last chance. Takes a long run up and then throws it in. It takes a deflection. Senesi's in. There's a real scramble. It's not cleared yet, and Liverpool have conceded. Adley has scored for Bournemouth right at the death. Would you believe it? That sums up Liverpool's season in a nutshell. The home fans cannot believe what's just happened, and I don't think the Liverpool players, and certainly the fans, can't. Amin Adley has won it for Bournemouth with possibly the last kick.
The Total Sport fan phone in. Liverpool fans, call us now. 0800 731 9333.
BBC Radio Merseyside.
Yes, we are on with the fan phone-in between now and 8 o'clock, so we've still got time to get your calls in. 0800 731 9333. I want to know, Liverpool fans, what you thought of that performance and what you think overall. The unbeaten run has come to an end, and 3-2 right at the death against Bournemouth as well. We've got a message in from Stephen in Real on WhatsApp. You can send me a message there if you like as well. 08000 321 333. Start your message with the word Mersey. Stephen in Real says, lads, when are the fans and press going to realise Virgil van Dijk is the problem in the Liverpool defence? That's all the message reads. Interesting take from Stephen from Real. He definitely was at fault for that first goal, I have to say. A couple of errors actually from him there. I wonder if anyone agrees with Stephen from Real. Get in touch tonight on the text as well. 81333. Start your message with the word Mersey. Mark is from Rainhill and is on the line. Mark, good evening to you. Just let us know what you're thinking after that.
Well, it was a poor performance by Liverpool, but I've been watching lots of games on the television, and there's one thing that sticks out to me about what's going on in football is our throw-ins. The rules state that when you take a throw-in, your feet have to be behind the touchline. Mm-hmm. Because the outside of the touchline is the actual end of the pitch. So technically, when you take a throw-in and your foot's on the line, you are handling the ball.
Yeah. Were some of the throw-ins going over the line today? I can't say I was looking that closely at the throw-ins.
Yeah. Well, see, a lot of people don't. But you look at the games. Every football game you see on the television, you will see throw-ins taken with 1 foot on the touchline. It's against the rules. It's technically handball.
Yeah, you're spot on. It'd be interesting if they're not quite spotting that. What about the performance, though, Mark? I mean,
the performance tonight wasn't particularly good. You know, and as I say, it was a shame that they had to lose that game 3-2 from basically a throw-in, which was a foul. You know, but no. They have to, excuse me a second, they have to get better. They're not playing at all well. And I think it might be because so many changes are going on. We don't have a settled midfield. You know, so Slot has to look at the teams he's putting out now. You know, I mean, Salah came back to today, and let's be honest about it, Salah was absolute rubbish. Mm. He didn't do a thing in the game.
He's not been on form all season, if we're honest, has he?
Well, I personally think he's such an overrated player, but that's me, you know, and I know nothing about football.
Well, you're with me and everyone else. None of us really know much about football, even though we love it so dearly. But Liverpool seem to have a lot of the ball in these games, and today was another example of that. 67% possession. But when you look at the chances created, Bournemouth actually had more shots on target than Liverpool in the game when they saw so little of the ball. Why are Liverpool struggling to break teams down?
Well, I think they struggle to break teams down because teams get quite a number of players back, and I don't think we have how can I put this, the brains to break those defensive walls down. We'll pass the ball around, and if you look at the goals we've scored, the last few goals, we've did this from way outside of the box.
Well, 2 set-piece goals today.
Pardon?
2 set-piece goals today for Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah. But Sabozalai's was from outside the box, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He scored a couple the other day from outside the box. And I personally think that the acquisition of some of the players during the close season has led to some unrest behind the scenes, because I don't believe for 1 minute that there are players playing in that Liverpool side who are actually performing to the best of their capabilities. Now, that might be because of the threat to them from the players that have been brought in. And I also think that the teams that the manager picks, right, tend to look towards the players that he's brought in this season. And maybe there's some, I don't really know, some dislike from players that they won the Premiership last season and now they're being basically put on the touch on the subs bench. They're not getting the time on the pitch that they should be getting.
Who are you thinking when you mention that? Because you've got maybe Robertson who was on the bench today. Curtis Jones was on the bench today. Curtis Jones, I didn't think did much when he came on, to be honest. And Robertson, just like the rest of them, kind of struggled really, I suppose.
Well, it's an attitude of mind, isn't it? When you played in a team that's won the Premiership and they won it last year regularly, and this season they buy a fullback who, let's be honest, once again, is he performing to his capabilities? We don't really know, because we don't really know what his capabilities are. We know we know what Andy Robinson can do.
Yeah.
So you look at it. Are these players who have come in taking time to bed in and to play to the top of their capabilities? I don't actually think so. I think it's finding it very, very difficult to play the way Liverpool play. So I think that goes throughout the team as well. And also on top of that, I just like to say that within the group who played and won the Premier League last season, there must be quite a bit of resentment to the fact that some of those players who played regularly are being dropped.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your call tonight, Mark. Really appreciate it.
Okay, you take care.
Take care, Mark. Bye-bye. Mark in Rainhill there, who thinks some of the players may be put out a little bit by the way the team selection is going this season. Let's get through some more of your messages and some more of your calls as well. Give us a call tonight, 0800 731 9333. We're live from Liverpool until 8 o'clock. John in Spittle says, when people say you can't sack Arne Slot, Chelsea sacked Roberto Di Matteo not long after winning the Champions League. John in Spittle, it seems like he wants Arne Slot removed there. Another message here from Kieran in Anfield on WhatsApp. The number there is 08000 321 333. Start your message with the word Mersey. He says, hi Phil, we simply cannot defend the 3 goals today we conceded. We're shockers. Also, don't understand how we can play so well like we did against Marseille on Wednesday, and then suddenly back in the Premier League we play awful again. So frustrating, says Kieran in Anfield. And Jim in Southport says, Liverpool were pants. His words, only set pieces made them look half presentable. Surrounding the ref and complaining at the end is a poor show. Yeah, I'm not too sure what they were so unhappy about. Nothing with the last goal that I could see was wrong. But yeah, Liverpool players clearly not happy by conceding right at the end, and just a bit of frustration boiling over, maybe. I don't know. Let us know what you think tonight, Liverpool fans. You can get in touch on the text as well, 81333. Start your message with the word Mersey. Rob in Ellesmere Port has done that. Shocking first half display. Fought hard to get back into it, but to lose it like we did, is just criminal. Thank you, Rob, for that message there. Again, give us a call, 0800 731 9333, Liverpool fans. What is going wrong at the moment? Why can't you break down these teams that seemingly set up to frustrate? In the second half in particular, it just felt like Liverpool couldn't get through and create the chances like they did perhaps in the first half an hour or so, really. And if you look at the XG, Bournemouth had 2.3 compared to Liverpool's 0.8. So there you go. That tells you that Bournemouth were creating the strong chances there. And indeed, that told in the scoreline in the end. Bournemouth beating Liverpool by 3-2. Roy in Hunts Cross says, was Robbo heading for the airport on that last second long throw? Not happy there, perhaps, with the Liverpool left-back going into that. Let me know your thoughts tonight, Reds. We'll be getting the reaction of Arne Slot and some Liverpool post-match reaction whenever we can. If we don't get a chance to do it tonight on the air, then we will get it on our BBC Sounds channel. Right, let's get to the phones again. We've got John, who's a Red in Calderstones. John, good evening to you.
Good evening. Or shall I say a bad evening, but go on, yeah.
It probably is a bad evening for you, John, I think. I mean, what do you make of that, John?
Well, it's been coming when we first won about the first 6 games, we won them. We still didn't look good. This manager is not good enough. We were after the Crystal Palace centre-half towards the end of the year. Anyway, we didn't get him. He got our manager on tonight during the week, and he said, I don't think we'll be getting anybody in the transfer market.
Yeah.
It's screaming out for a centre-half. Now then, the Canate fellow, I don't like anyway, is injured. It brings Gomez in as a makeshift centre-half. He's gone off injured. But down to the bare bones again, and according to the manager, we don't need anybody.
Well, Konate's not injured. He's been off on bereavement leave as his father sadly passed away last week. So likely he would come back for the next game or the one after, you would say. But yeah, Gomez off injured again, though. That's got to be a big concern because he looked good on Wednesday night, but you cannot argue against his injury record. He just doesn't stay fit, does he?
No. And in all fairness, the way I feel about that guy is that he runs as though he's got lead in his boots. He doesn't run across the pitch as though it's free. It's like a cumbersome run. I find him, I don't think he's good enough for us. It's as simple as that. But having the Ekatike on the bench, what's the idea of that? Surely to God, like Shanks would do, get the game won and then experiment. No, the manager's, for me, he's got to go. And that's tonight. All right, Bournemouth, they're not the best in the world, but they gave us a game and a half there. But we bring it back to 2-2, and what do? We blow it away. No, I'm afraid I'm upset, like a lot of Liverpoolians, at the manager more than anybody, you know.
I can hear it, John. I can hear it in your voice. Do you not sort of have any of this on the players at all, the ones that are out there? Because it just seemed as though they really struggled to get through that Bournemouth back line. And let's remember as well, it is Liverpool's first loss in 14 games. Are things really that bad that you've got to remove the manager?
Well, the thing is, don't forget, we've got no width there. We need wingers, right? You get a winger goes up there. I mean, it simplifies it by what I'm going to say, and he puts the ball in the middle for the forwards to get onto. But we've got no width. That's a problem in itself. And you bring in players on the tip-tapping the ball around, you know, passing it backwards and forwards, but you're not making any progress. It's pedestrian, to say the least, you know.
But you can't blame Slot for Van Dijk's errors in the first half that led to that Bournemouth goal. I'd argue he made 2 errors. One, to miscontrol the ball in a dangerous area. And the second one, he just didn't seem to really want to get in the way of blocking the cross, or he thought it was going to go out. I don't know.
I accept it, but don't forget, he's holding that defence together on his own there because he's got nobody alongside him.
Yeah, I can see that.
Don't forget, he'd at least got one back there with a header. Nobody else was going to get anything, you know, but he's done his season in season. Now, but you've got to have a quality player alongside him, and we haven't got that. I reckon that's where we're struggling there. In the defence and wingers, we definitely need Diaz type winger that'll go up there and cross the ball over. Now we're trying to move it up for midfielders moving up together like the back four do, and of course consequently it gets congested and the ball eventually gets clear. No, I'm afraid if he doesn't get a centre half now, we've still got a bit of time, have we?
Yeah, it's the end of January, isn't it? The January transfer window. So there's still a week or so to go. But I mean, the way he spoke in the pre-match press conference, John, I was there, and he was asked about the transfer business, and he said basically he expects to have the squad pretty much that he has now, and wouldn't expect to be looking to do any more business. Would that be a mistake?
Well, he's only got to look at tonight's performance, hasn't he? You're struggling for the centre half, and if he can't see that, he's got to go. If you asked all the Liverpool supporters, they'd be saying we need a quality centre half to come alongside Van Dijk. Take the pressure off Van Dijk for the start off. He's on his own there. No, I'm afraid if he's going to stick it out and we don't get anybody, we'll struggle. We're going to struggle to get fourth.
John, let me stop you right there, John. Thank you very much for your call. But we're going to hear from the man who you seemingly want to go on a slot here, speaking with Match of the Day.
Arno, first defeat for Liverpool in 14 matches. It's a cruel game sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. If you lose again in extra time after coming back after a 2-0, being 2-0 down, then it can be a cruel game for us, indeed.
2-0 down at one point during the first half. It really didn't help you that you weren't able to get Wataru Endo onto the field.
No, that's for sure. I think there were only maybe 5 to 10 minutes in the first half where we did not have total control for large parts of the first half, and the second half we had total control. I think we played through them a few times very nicely in the first half as well, but conceded twice, with one of the goals conceded when we were down to 10 men. So yeah, that doesn't help, of course.
I was going to ask you, before that goal went in with the last kick of the match, whether you were more frustrated with the first half or happy to a certain extent with the way that the team had come back in the second, the resilience shown.
No, it felt to me constantly, if we would have made the 2-1, that we were able to come back in the game, because also in the first half when we were 2-0 down, I think we were there. We were a lot of times in promising positions, but we were 2-0 down, and it constantly felt to me if we would have scored the goal, we were back in the game, which we were. Second half, total dominance, waiting for us to score the 2-2, which we in the end did. And I think it's fair to say that in the last 10 minutes it was more open, and I think it's also fair to say that I could see my players, which I mainly have to use the same one constantly, were tired in the end, and that led to a few moments for them, because we only had 2 days in between this game.
You almost looked like two tired boxers at the end, both teams desperate to try and win the game, both teams all out to try and get the 3 points in that last 10 minutes. They had very good chances, and so did you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think the last 10 minutes was probably for them their best 10 minutes, although we were on their side as well, but it was more open. We couldn't control it as much anymore as we did in the other minutes, and that's what I mean with it's mostly the same players who have to play, and I think it's safe to say that a few of them were very tired in the end. I saw Jeremy Frimpong just before I took him off, almost falling over his own feet. And that was because he was tired. And some others were in the end tired as well, and I cannot hardly not blame them, because we had to play 2 days ago a difficult away game in Europe, and if you then constantly play the same players, then sometimes a few of them can be tired in the end, especially if you face a very intense Bournemouth team.
One final question. I've seen an awful lot of Andy Robertson's name in the media in the last 24 hours or so, linking him with a potential move elsewhere. Is there anything you can say about his situation at the moment? Obviously you brought him on today.
Yeah. No, not in terms of transfers. I never speak in public about transfers, so I don't do this before the game and not after the game. So there's nothing to say from my side.
Keeping the cards close to his chest, Dave in Aintree has WhatsApped in to say Liverpool in control until Van Dijk's arrogance gave Bournemouth momentum and caused Gomez's injury. That was a self-inflicted defeat. Shameful, says Dave in Aintree. Jim in Prescott is on the line. Jim, we've got just a few minutes left, but what do you want to say?
Good evening. Obviously not very happy with that result. If you look at this season totally, it's unbelievable that we're in fourth place. And I don't think that's going to last long if we carry on the way we are. And I can't see us getting in the top four. And the only reason why I think we're doing all right in the Champions League is because we've had some good results in that, even though we've had some bad results. But we only need a draw, I would imagine, on Wednesday to get us in, so we don't have to play in the the playoffs of the lower 8.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine for that. You'll be fine for that on Wednesday.
Yeah, but the thing is, we should be better in the Premiership than what we are, because you look at last season, and in comparison, the team last season, excuse me, it was like a family, a well-oiled, knitted family. All right, we lost one of our family during the summer, and you get over that because families support each other. But I feel that too much change has happened, and we're not a family anymore, and it's like individuals. And the family that was there, they're all breaking up. A bit like what families do nowadays. Families years ago all used to stick together and you'd all meet. Nowadays, families are drifted apart, and it's not like what's happened when we've won leagues previous years. You have the odd change. You don't have massive changes, and you don't get rid of the best of the family who keep it all knitted together. And I honestly do feel that there's something on the inside that obviously players don't want to talk about. Mo Salah obviously shouldn't have spoke about it, but he was the least I would have expected to say anything because he's such a professional. But if he says something which is possibly going on with other players who won the league last season, then maybe there's a bit of truth in it. Now, the only thing that can bring that back is respect for the management and players respecting the manager. And if you don't respect the manager, are you going to put in your full performance? Are you going? And the new players come in. Do you
think they're not respecting Slot at the moment?
Pardon?
Do you think they're not respecting Slot at the moment?
I think some players probably not. And, you hear all these Robinson looking at going to Spurs, things like that. I don't know where the league comes from, but I'm not interested until it happens. But I think there's a few players there that weren't happy with what went on last season, and then, okay, we won the league, and then he decides to do big changes, which, unfortunately, it doesn't work. If you haven't got a team knitted together, it's not going to work. And, there's individuals there who are thinking, they're looking over the shoulder. And, there's big players there who want to be in the Champions League. And if we don't win the Champions League and if we don't get in top 4, are we going to expect to keep hold of these top players? Are we going to go through that other area when we had Roy Hodgson and we were going we went into the UEFA Cup? We'd be lucky if it carries on like this now with all the way the other teams are playing. We'd be lucky to even make the Europa League.
Jim, I've got to stop you there. We are almost out of time, but thank you very much for your call this evening. Jim in Prescott there, sharing some of that frustration that I'm sure Reds are feeling tonight. We'll have another chance to do a fan phone-in on Monday from 6. Give us a call then, 0800 731 9333. We'll have more post-match reaction on our Liverpool channel on BBC Sounds. Just search for Liverpool once you get onto the app. But for now, have a good evening.
Hill. And he's got Senesi on the edge of the centre circle, plays it high in towards Scott. It was a teasing ball, came back off Scott, who got it back. Chance, it's there, Evan Nielsen. Oh, Bournemouth are in front. And Liverpool couldn't clear as the ball came in. It seemed to go wide, but they kept it in play. Scott got it across. And Evan Nielsen has poked it into the back of the net. And against the run of play, Bournemouth lead here at the Vitality by 1-0.
Oh, it's a nightmare for Liverpool, that.
32 and a half minutes gone at the Vitality. 1-0 Bournemouth. Ball forward in towards Jimenez with a chance to make it 2-0, and he has. Oh, it's going from bad to worse for Liverpool. Alex Jimenez with the goal. And it was, again, too easy. The ball inside the defender, inside the penalty area. Jimenez low past Alisson in the Liverpool goal. And Liverpool caught on their left-hand side for the second time, and it's 2-0. Szoboszlai will take this one on the left. So everyone who was forward remains forward here for Liverpool. Just Frimpong in a defensive position outside the box. Szoboszlai, in it goes with pace, and there's the goal from Van Dijk. Liverpool have got one back. Right on the 45-minute mark. That corner from Szoboszlai was hit with pace, and it just needed guiding in there with the flick of his head from Virgil van Dijk, and Liverpool are now back in it. It's 2-1.
Oh, and how much did they need that?
Petrovic on his line. The referee now's got the wall back. They're going to have the draft excluder as well, lying on the floor behind the wall. So Szoboszlai and Salah eyeing this one up. Stage is set. Can Liverpool, is this the moment for the equaliser? Szoboszlai waits. Salah, little touch. Szoboszlai hits it. Oh! Yes! Dominic Szoboszlai does it again. Little flick from Salah from the free kick, and he drills it past the Bournemouth goalkeeper into the back of the net. And the pressure finally tells. It's 2-2. We're in the last 10 seconds. So Hill will take this throw in, and I think that'll be it. Rain pouring down, but it's not going to be a happy day for Liverpool on the south coast. Well, let's see what happens here first before we talk about the result. Hill to take. This will be a long one. This will be the last chance. Takes a long run up and then throws it in. It takes a deflection. Senesi's in. There's a real scramble. It's not collegiate, and Liverpool have conceded. Adley has scored for Bournemouth right at the death. Would you believe it? That sums up Liverpool's season in a nutshell. The home fans cannot believe what's just happened, and I don't think the Liverpool players, and certainly the fans, can't. I mean, Adley has won it for Bournemouth with possibly the last kick.
Total Sport.
Live Premier League football.
BBC Radio Merseyside. BBC Music introducing
with Dave Monks.
BBC Radio Merseyside.